for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Jeffrey O'Brien here, and congratulations. You just made it through the hottest summer in Arizona history. No lie. The only proof you need is in that electric bill. If you don't have solar, I wonder how bad it's going to get next year. You need to call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
At A2 Luxury Real Estate, we don't believe in a buyer's list, and that's good for you. Why? Because our priority is you, the seller, and we will never represent a buyer in your sale. Call now and get up to $10,000 off on your next real estate transaction. A2 Luxury Real Estate, 602-888-1433 or a2luxre.com, 602-888-1433 or a2luxre.com. Realty One Group.
If you're an agent or broker in group benefits, get ready to learn about an exciting and innovative new program to offer your clients. Eternal Benefit is now offering the first pre-planning program that's available as a payroll deduction and allows benefits for the entire family. Our pre-planning program can include coverage for yourself, your spouse, plus your immediate family, including parents, children, grandparents, and even aunts, uncles, and cousins. Looking for a great reason to contact your clients? This is it. No more meetings where you have nothing new to offer. Eternal Benefit plans lock in and provide for funeral and burial expenses regardless of price increases. Employees can now take care of their family member without pressure. Choose from hundreds of funeral homes and cemeteries. Plans are completely transferable, even if your clients move to another state. The program pays some of the highest commissions in the group benefits area. Find out more. Go to eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574. Eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Washington State Cougars Saturday, October 28th for ASU's homecoming.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go.
Get your ASU Washington State tickets today by calling 480-727-0000.
Touchdown Devils!
Or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
The legend of Cameron Scadaboo continues to grow.
80% of youth in Arizona don't drink, smoke, or use drugs. Want to know the reason why? It's you. Kids say not disappointing their parents is one of the main reasons they choose not to drink or use drugs. Visit talknowaz.com because while you might worry you aren't getting through, you are. Keep it up and stay up to date about the latest Arizona drug trends at talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
KQFN AM Tempe, K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Listen to Jim Rome and the Jungle, weekday mid-mornings on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, live from the Harmon Solar Studios.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Holy crap. I can't quite believe it. I don't even know what to say. I saw the whole thing myself with my own eyeballs, and I still am not sure I believe it. It was a stressful 8 innings after the first inning. Yeah, but holy crap, man. We won.
Diamondbacks come to Phoenix tomorrow night. They will face the Dodgers with a 2-0 lead, and only 11% of all teams that have an 0-2 deficit coming into Game 3 have ended up winning the NLDS.
I don't
only
want
11%.
Get all cocky on the statistics because you never know what could happen.
But not getting cocky. I'm just saying, why not us? And
Why not
why not we finish it, in the next game and just get some rest before we move on to the NLCS.
So today we can play the song, right? Today we can play the song.
I don't know. I'm still kind of.
We have to wait until it's over to play the song.
I would still rather wait till it's over. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, we can play this one right here.
Burn in hell, Dodgers!
Play this one.
Burn in hell, Dodgers!
Ralph, I hate you.
But I don't know. We should play the other one.
You said if we won, we could play the other one, and now I
don't know. I don't know. It's your call. I'll leave it up to you. I would rather not play
because Randy made the decision to not play it yesterday.
Mhm.
And the Diamondbacks won.
I can't go against that.
Yeah, so if you just keep not playing it until they actually close out the deal here with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we don't play it now, there are 3 chances we might not get to play it.
Well, that's not true.
I'm just saying. No, there's 3 chances. There's 3 more games to go unless we win one.
Well, I mean, to be determined after tomorrow night. So,
all right. Okay. You know what? I will defer to your judgment on this. And listen, because I don't ever want to be the guy that jinxes anything. We've never on this show planned a parade route, if you know what I mean. I'm just saying, I don't want to be the reason why the Diamondbacks don't take out the Dodgers. Do I think it'll be a sweep? I don't know. It'd be nice. Do I think we could win at least one of the next 3 games? I would think so. But listen, they're the Dodgers, and there's a reason they've got more wins than the Diamondbacks, and there's a reason why they are where they're at. Listen, I pretty much told you how this was going to go when we were talking to Ralph, and Ralph was just like, whatever, Diamondbacks. I said, okay, let me see if I have this straight. The Dodgers pitching is a little bit messed up right now due to injury. The Diamondbacks pitching is exceeding expectations. The Diamondbacks bats are coming alive. These 2 things should make this, in the Diamondbacks' favor. And it did. I can't believe I was right about something that had to do with baseball.
Yeah, I mean, last night we had our stud on the hill. Zach Gallen was on the hill and his game was on.
It wasn't easy at first.
That little curveball that he had fooled a lot of people, and they put their guy out there. What was it, Davis, that started for them? I can't remember. Anyway, but the bottom line is we had different contributors last night. Yuri Gurriel was contributing last night. Corbin Carroll just kept doing his thing last night.
Oh, yeah.
The team played good defense.
Yeah.
The pitching was spot on. So I don't know about game 3. I don't know what's going to happen here. And I know we're going to go with Brandon Pfaadt. Say that with a smile. It's P-H-A-T, Pfaadt.
Pfaadt.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You mentioned Corbin Carroll, and, he's batting .500. 2 homers, 4 RBIs in the postseason so far. And, he don't care. He just like, oh, you got a ball? I got a bat. Let's see what happens. There's absolutely no intimidation or fear when it comes to Corbin Carroll. The Diamondbacks themselves, with their bats, they've homered in 15 straight postseason games. That goes all the way back to 2007. So home runs are their business in the playoffs. And, listen, you got to remember right now, as it stands, the Diamondbacks in the playoffs are undefeated. And all of it happened on the road against division winners.
Yeah, well, here's another startling stat for you. So far in the NLDS, Mookie Betts, Jason Hayward, and where else with it? James Outman and Miguel Rojas. No, I'm sorry, he's hitting well. James Outman, all hitting 0. They haven't had a hit in the NLDS in 2 games.
It can't go on forever. These guys are going to get out of their funk, man. There's no way, right? Unless we just win this next one.
And also in the NLDS, Freeman, he's hitting 167.
Yeah, he showed up, got a hit right off his ankle.
Well,
it was a foul, but by the way, what is with Bob Costas and the Dodgers? What is his? Is
Well,
he
I
like?
mean, the Dodgers are a storied franchise. Costas
Is
a
he
storied
dating one of them?
announcer.
Because it sounds like he's
Probably.
dating one of them.
Probably. I mean,
Oh my God!
I heard what he said about Corbin Carroll last night. You know, Bob, I always respected Bob up until, I heard what he was saying last night, and I think it's terrible. So,
What did he say about Corbin Carroll? I think I missed
well,
that.
he
one.
was just outraged that Corbin Carroll's being considered a rookie and the rookie of the year running, and he doesn't think that should happen.
Who on the Dodgers does he think should be it?
I can't. I didn't get past what he said about Corbin Carroll, and if I'm Corbin Carroll, I take that personally, and I continue to go out there and perform and see the ball and hit the ball. The Dodgers just are not seeing the ball.
Hey,
I mean,
Bob Costas, that's why people farted on your pillow and you had pink eye during the Olympics. Remember that? It's because you say stupid crap like that, Bob.
I think Mike Tirico farted on his pillow. I
It
think
had to
that's
be
what
Mike
happened.
Tirico. He seems like
Yeah.
a guy who would do that.
Yeah, Mike's a prankster, I think.
And if Mike Tirico farts on your pillow, he gets all of it.
Well, yeah.
He's not
Oh,
a
yeah.
small man.
He reaches deep.
Yeah.
I mean, when he lets one fly, I
Mhm.
mean, that's a real fanny clapper.
Yeah, that is one that guarantees pink eye.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, I think I like him more now. Anyway, so here we are, guys. I don't know how well Fat is going to do, but gee whiz, I can't believe we're where we are. I'm just
Amazing.
stunned.
The amazing thing for me is this bullpen has really pulled it together in the playoffs. The bullpen has pulled it together and has held two teams virtually down on the carpet and giving them a pink belly. That's exactly what's happening. The Diamondbacks bullpen is holding people down. Sewell has come in and done his stuff. I mean,
who's the guy who pitches from his ankles? The guy gets down and like,
oh, that's
who's that guy? He was pretty good.
Oh, he's got the glasses.
That was
and,
a weird. That was a weird pitching stance, man. He got down and he kind of went sidearm from about to his ankles. I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah, it's Saul Frank. Saul Frank, that's his name.
Now that guy right there, he's a weird one.
But
he could never pitch a whole game.
I mean, Ginkel came in, and then Seawald came in and shut the door. I mean,
every time I hear Ginkel, I think Ginkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Ginkel. I can't get that out of my head.
It's weird because that's the number one complaint that we had about this team all season.
Ginkel is Einhorn?
Well, no, the bullpen, the bullpen wasn't doing enough, wasn't pulling its weight. And then, for the postseason to be the place where the bullpen chooses to shine, it's the right time of year to do it.
Yeah.
It's the right time of year to do it.
And it's like I've been saying all season long. I mean, if a team gets to the playoffs, that's step one. And now playing well in the playoffs, you never know what could happen. I can guarantee you there was maybe less than 1% of the population of baseball fans that maybe had an inkling the Diamondbacks were good enough to go to the playoffs. And now they're even, I would say even less, that the Diamondbacks are competing for a berth into the NLCS. I can almost guarantee nobody in this country called that. Nobody.
There would be like a guy who put a bet on the Diamondbacks back, in the past. It's going to show up as a news story and he's going to make like $1.5 million.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Good for him if he does. I'm not even mad about that.
And way to go, Snakes. You're making us proud. We're all excited, and just relax and keep having fun. And let's put this thing away tomorrow night.
Do you guys get mad when other people win the $1 billion lotteries? Do you find yourself going, son of a bitch? Like you're a little bit angry at the guy for a minute. Like there's a moment, and then you're like, I'm sure this is like somebody who's 83 at a rest home. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys get mad when somebody else wins the $1 billion lottery?
It wasn't my money to begin with. So
no.
No, it's my money. It's my money, and you go.
And therein lies the rub, right there.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know where this is going. I hope it goes where we think it is, and if nothing else, holy crap, we are up 2-0 over the Dodgers in the NLDS.
And look, the Phillies Braves series is far from over.
That was fun.
Right?
That was fun. I was watching that game. I had the Monday Night Football up on one screen and the Braves and the Phillies up on the other. And it looked like the Phillies had that thing sorted out, Randy. And then all of a sudden, here come the Braves and start putting some hits together. And then that historic double play.
Yeah,
and
I'm 61. I've been playing organized ball since I was 5 years old in T-ball and Little League. And I have never seen a play like that ever before. That was absolutely historic.
Well, why don't you go ahead and describe it for everybody so they know what you're talking about?
Harper, Bryce Harper was on first base. The ball was driven kind of into the gap. The center fielder, Harrison the second, he went after it. He got it in the gap up against the wall, made a great catch, by the way. And I think he may have hurt his hip, because if you saw him running off the field after the play, he was kind of wincing. And those, although there's padding on there, those damn things are in the ground solid. I mean, there's no give on those posts. And but he made a great catch and had the presence of mind to get the ball in. It got by the cutoff man, snuck under his glove. The third baseman came across, and then he whistled it over to first because Bryce Harper had taken off. Bryce Harper was on the run thinking there's no way this guy could catch the ball in center field, and he did. So Bryce Harper had to retrace his steps, go back around second base and head for first, and they made this throw, the perfect throw. They executed this just perfectly to get Bryce Harper out at first base, and that was the game-ending double play. That is a play that I think they will talk about for years. I mean, that is something you will not see maybe for decades.
Well, part of the reason is third baseman Austin Riley. He wasn't where he was supposed to be. He says the only reason I was in position is because I was screaming. Just momentum kept pulling me that way. And he says, I got to be in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah.
Austin Riley was between second base and the mound, coming in to back up Albie. So, it wasn't on purpose, but it was perfect timing.
I mean, and he was not covering third base because he saw that his outfielder made the play, and he started kind of what I call kind of floating in towards the infield just to be there in case.
Right.
And man, it worked out. I mean, if you are teaching kids baseball and trying to teach them presence on a baseball field, get a copy of that play and break it down for the kids and show them what it means. I mean, if the runner is not running towards you, kind of float off your base and get into the infield. So if something like this happens, you could back them up. Perfect execution by the Braves on that.
And
absolutely. That was just the craziest thing ever.
That was that. And so that right there was the first 8-5-3 double play in postseason history.
Yeah.
First double play ever involving an outfielder to end a postseason game. So
it's just crazy.
It's amazing the things you see when you're waiting for the other game to start. I was just like, oh my God, why do I have this on the 55-inch screen? This should be up on the 86-inch screen, but because I had the Monday Night Football up there.
Yeah.
And I should have had it the other way around. I did.
And I just, what? Shame on you, Bryce Harper, for getting all the way around second base there. That is not good base run. And he'll tell you, Bryce Harper will tell you, I shouldn't have done that. I was anticipating the guy in center field to miss the ball, to drop the ball. That way, I think I could have scored. And it was just bad base running on his part. He knows about it. He owned it. It's just that's just the way it breaks down. I mean, you don't go around second base on a play like that. You got to make sure he drops the ball or he misses it.
The other thing to help the Braves on that is the size of the park. That ball was hit far enough to be a home run in most Major League Baseball parks, but Atlanta, that outfield is a little bit further out, so that ended up being what it was. Yeah. Any place else, that's a home run.
Probably, probably. That it would probably be a home run in Phoenix. Probably.
We have an itty bitty park, huh?
Well, we don't have an itty bitty. We've got kind of a weird dimension. I mean, it's sort of
we
short.
only have two bases. That's how small it is.
Well, it's so small. We actually only have one, and the other one's the pitching rubber that doubles as third base. So
yeah, they have to share. It's a very strange thing.
Yeah,
don't mind me while I text. Somebody just said that 1580 is off the air, so I'm just going to send a text to somebody.
Testing.
We're on 99.3 and 95.9 and online and on the apps and on everything else. But I'm just telling people right now, 1580.
We've got these great the fans of the 1580, the Fanatic, always willing to let us know what's going on.
Boomer Sooner there. Thanks, Boomer Sooner. Appreciate the heads up on that. Yep. Let's go to the text line and see what everybody else has to say because everybody is extremely excited. Boomer Sooner, thank you. He says Heavy Metal Maniac says Diamondbacks win again. Oh yeah. So far in the playoffs, so far so good. Let's go Diamondbacks. Just hope we can get the sweep done tomorrow night. Ice cold. Yeah. Go Diamondbacks, he says.
Yeah, here we go.
Jagdog says El Jefe, will Ralphie be joining the blender today? What do you think? I didn't even bother texting him last night. I was just so happy. I was just like, I don't listen to the excuses. I don't want to, I want to let him just sit there in his misery. And so I did. Fifth letter says, hey, remember when they puigged in your pool? Bring out the brooms and sweep that Brooklyn team. Told you Kershaw would choke in that game 1. Snakes are red hot. Watch out October, says fifth letter.
Yeah, no kidding.
Listen, just watch out Dodgers. Beyond that, anything is just extra.
One game at a time.
Donnie says, can I selfishly root for a loss tomorrow so I can attend game 4? You do what you want, Donnie. We generally expect you to do evil things. So why are you going to Thursdays? Was it not Thursdays? Yeah, Thursday. Why are you going to Thursday? Why aren't you going tomorrow night? Just go tomorrow night.
Sold out tomorrow night, by the way. Sold out.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. Swazman says, impressive work by the Diamondbacks so far, but don't get ahead of your skis there, Jeffrey. Remember when the Yankees were up 3-0 on the Red Sox, and the Red Sox came back and won 4-3. So, when they beat the Cardinals in the World Series right there, don't jinx them, Jeffrey. No, you're right. I'm deferring to Randy's baseball superstition thought process. It's also a hockey superstition thought process.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I ain't going to be the guy that does it. Nope. As badly as I want to hear that song, I'm not going to be the guy that does it. We'll enjoy it properly when we can.
Hey, if they sweep tomorrow, we will be playing it on Thursday. I guarantee.
Almost once a segment, not even just once an hour.
Maybe for eternity. Who knows?
Yeah. I just keep hitting that button over and over again. Lost Toby says also duck the Fodgers. I think you've spell check has a little issue right there. He's I just want to let everyone know, bang, bang, Niner gang, and live live from New York. It's happy hour at JFK, says Lost Toby. Oh, Lost Toby's traveling and drinking. Shamoy says we can all find relief in the Dodgers being the Dodgers in the playoffs. No discredit to the Diamondbacks. He says Giants living through Dusty Baker and Bruce Bochy. What's he talking about? What is he bringing up?
The Giants' former skippers was Bruce Bochy, who's the skipper of the Texas Rangers now.
Oh, I see.
And Dusty Baker is, of course, the manager of the Houston Astros.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So he's saying the Giants are living vicariously through these two men of baseball.
Yeah, this is the first time Shamoy has texted us in like 10 months. Good to hear from you, Shamoy.
Yeah, good to hear from you.
Blissful Hayes says, I'm looking forward to the big game tomorrow between the Liberty and the Aces. Thank you, Blissful Hayes. Hook'em Hottie says, app works great, and congrats to Boomer Sooner on a win Saturday. I'd still rather be from Texas than have to live in Oklahoma. Yeah, I think I would rather be from Apache Junction than live in Oklahoma or Texas. But hey, what do you know? Donnie says, I bought tickets by mistake thinking it was for Wednesday.
Damn. Hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's really it's a Vikings thing. The Whopper says, great day, Diamondbacks winning and opening day of NHL season. Yeah. Whopper, you're right. Today is the day. Although the Coyotes are away tonight, and in about 40 minutes, they're playing the Devils, and you can watch that. I guess the only place you can see that is on pay-per-view or ESPN Plus. That's what I'm seeing right here.
What? Maybe.
Can we watch it on TV? Local?
I thought there was a press release last week. It'll be on Channel 15. Local.
Oh, hot damn. Really?
Yeah.
For real?
I'm trying to find it now. Arizona Coyotes.
I'm looking at the national page. So I can't see it. So if you find it, that's awesome. Great. Look at the, I guess I could bring up my YouTube TV and
Coyotes excited to go back to the future in partnership with Scripps ABC 15.
All right. So I am just double checking on the listings right now.
And 81 of the 82 games will be on the air on Channel 15.
And I'm sorry, scrolling, verifying. No, it's not. It says it's not on. It says it's the news at 4 p.m. So maybe not this game.
It could be this is the only,
I guess.
Under the terms of the deal, 81 of 82 Coyote games will be broadcast in Phoenix on Channel 15.
When was that story put
over
out?
the air with an antenna?
When was the story put out? Because maybe they just didn't update the YouTube TV.
October 6th.
Oh, they had 4 days to do it.
October 6th.
Whopper says, yeah, Channel 15 every game. Or is it Channel 15.2?
Well, it's 15.2.
That's okay. So that is not proper ABC 15.
It's let me see here.
Is that available on the
broadcast
services?
on 15.2? That's KNXV.2 over the air with an antenna. It will script stations will also broadcast all Coyote games in Tucson at KGUN. Who cares about that?
Who cares about that? Yeah, stupid.
But if you have 15.2, which it doesn't matter if you've got cable or if you've got YouTube TV or if you've got an over-the-air antenna, you should be able to get that 15.2.
Yeah. But YouTube TV, you will not get it because it doesn't show up here. I'm looking at it right now. I don't see it on here. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take a break. We'll try to sort it out. If you guys, hold on a second. No, Fish Tank's got me on this one. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is on me. It says though 4 p.m. 10/13. Oh, I hate this. I hate this page I'm on. Yeah, it's not till Friday, Randy. It's not till Friday.
October 13th.
Why did I think it was today? Because everybody else is starting up hockey today, so I thought it was today.
Yeah.
Turns out
Today's
it's
opening
Friday.
day of hockey, but yeah, it's October 13th, and it will be on Scripps TV. Yeah.
All right, there you go. Thank you, Fish Tank. Appreciate it. We are probably one of the biggest hubs of misinformation you're going to find anywhere. We mean well, We
damn
mean
right
well.
we do. You're damn right.
But thank God for Fish Tank. So check your local listings and may God have mercy on your soul. We'll be back. We'll talk some more baseball, and we got a lot of football to talk about. And of course, we have the picks contest winner. We've got the fantasy football outcomes and all that stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are a win away from playing in the National League Championship Series for the first time since 2007. They lead the Dodgers 2-0 after winning Game 2 4-2 on Monday night. Brandon Pfaadt will get the starting Game 3 in Arizona Wednesday night, while the Dodgers will look to stay alive, starting pitcher Lance Lynn. Los Angeles minus a run and a half plus 108 on the run line. The Diamondbacks getting a run and a half minus 130. On the money line, the Dodgers minus 144. The Diamondbacks plus 122. The over-under at Chase Field is 9.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Washington State Cougars Saturday, October 28th for ASU's homecoming.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go.
Get your ASU Washington State tickets today by calling 480-727-0000.
Touchdown Devils!
Or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
The legend of Cameron Scadaboo continues to grow.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever. 4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the desert mountains. A Friday doubleheader under the lights, the Xfinity Championship on Saturday, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 3rd through the 5th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
It's the sound of the fight song, the excitement of the rivalry. It's the unbelievable upsets. It's the Heisman hopefuls.
Oh my God! Davis is going running all the way back.
It's the national rankings. It's college football.
The shooter's right down the field.
Tune in each Saturday for the college football game of the week. Listen for all the action, drama, and excitement on your home for college football. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and the text line is alive with people who are very happy about the Diamondbacks and where they are against the Dodgers. 2-0 lead in the NLDS. I don't even know what to say. I'm just stunned. I was watching that last night and I couldn't even believe it. I just, I was very nervous anytime the guys would get on base for the Dodgers. And then they scored a couple and you're like, oh boy. And when we got out of that 9th inning, it was just like, just a relief. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But here we are with a nice lead. I'm not going to say it's comfortable. There's nothing comfortable about this. We got swept by the Dodgers in our last meeting, if I'm not mistaken. So there's nothing that says the Dodgers can't put 3 in a row on you right now. So it's going to be a very stressful 3 games if it goes that far.
This is the playoffs. There's a different feel to baseball games in the playoffs, Jeffco. You know that. I mean, everybody's amped up, especially when you're playing on the road in Chavez Ravine. Diamondbacks went in there having just swept the Milwaukee Brewers in that 3-game series. And here we are now. We're coming home to Phoenix, and you're exactly right. The Dodgers didn't win the West for no good reason. They're a damn good team. They're just kind of flat right now. Can they get it ironed out for game 3? We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we got momentum, and let's keep it going. Let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Pringle says, hey, will the Blender be giving away free tickets to tomorrow's sold-out game? No. And if we had tickets, we'd be using them. Woody says, bang, bang, Niner gang. Let's go. Niners best team in the league. And now America's team is now the 49ers, not them boys. And duck the Fodgers. Ha, 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 he says. There you go. Cabana says, did you like the gifts I left for you guys? Oh, sorry. You know what? Randy and I aren't in office. Keon, did you get your gift from Cabana? Evidently it was on your desk. I don't know what it was.
I did not actually. I came right to the control room when I got in.
So wait, Keon's got a desk? When did that happen?
I don't know.
It's been a while, actually. It's over a year.
He just did squatters' rights on one of the sales desks or something. I don't know.
Are you in the sales bullpen? Is that where you're out there?
Somewhere out there, yeah.
You can have it. Nobody cares. Anyway, so Cabana, thank you for that. So I guess till I get there, thank you. And I'll be surprised when I see it. Yeah. Teriyaki says, hey, if things go well tomorrow, maybe Ralph will suddenly be diagnosed with lupus and be unavailable indefinitely.
We don't want
Jesus.
That. Wow. My God, man.
Lupus.
We just hate his baseball team.
Yeah,
listen, lupus.
Don't go full lupus. Maybe a little valley fever. Just for a short time.
Valley fever?
Just a little bit of it. I don't want to go all hantavirus on him or nothing.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out what other team he'll be rooting for other than the Dodgers. If the Snakes win tomorrow night, is Ralph going to jump teams mysteriously and have some sort of childhood story that, I once ate a cheesesteak in Philadelphia and I felt very close to the people of Philadelphia, and the Liberty Bell is there. So obviously, and Rocky is from there. So I'm going to have to root for the Phillies. I mean, there'll be some crazy story like that.
Yeah, he'll be like, yeah, but after my time in Philadelphia, I did spend quite a bit of time in Atlanta. I was part of the riots. He'll make up some reason to connect himself with the next team the Diamondbacks would face, if indeed that does happen. And as I'm sitting here, I don't even want to talk about it. No, I've decided I'm not even going to talk about it. I was going to look ahead, but I'm not. We're not looking ahead.
Don't look
not
ahead.
Looking ahead, not presuming, supposing. Don't care. We're just
tomorrow night's game is the season. Tomorrow night's game is the season.
Hell yeah. Swazman says, remember 2011 Cardinals were down to their last strike twice. Texas thought they had it in the bag. Like former morning show host, Texas thought they were planning a parade, and then Cardinals, bam, came in and won the whole thing. Yeah, there's been more than a few instances where that has happened. So no, we are not getting cocky. That's why we're not playing that song we've been dying to play.
No.
Thank you, Cards Chappie, letting us know that hockey's opening day is Friday the 13th. Why did I think?
Wait a minute. I can't be. If it's Friday the 13th, I can't be. I think you know why I can't. I can't be here.
No, you have to be here. You're under contract.
No, I'm sorry, I can't. It's
Friday
just
the 13th. Silly superstitions.
It's not Super Day. It's the most evil day of the year.
It's not an evil day. You've been through it with me before. I've protected you.
Gonna have to.
I'll get you through this, Randy.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to. No, I can't. I've got to line my room with lead.
Well, you should start doing that now.
Put garlic all over.
You have now till then to figure it out, but you're doing the show whether you like it or not. Beer Bob says, does any of you guys care enough to do a wellness check on Ralph? No. I don't think so. Because how's he doing? I'm so excited that I'm going to be at the game tomorrow night. Go Diamondbacks. Good for you, Beer Bob. Good for you.
I think it's 72 hours before you can initiate, a missing persons thing.
I thought it was 24 hours.
Is it 24? Thought it was 72.
What is it from when you care or from when they're missing?
Well, it might be from when you care, but maybe I'm thinking of
it'll be a while.
The 72-hour psych hold that I've experienced several times.
You told me you wanted some time off. I made it happen.
Just wasn't fair.
That's what you wanted. You wanted some time. You said, I wish I could just hang out and do nothing for a few days. I made a call. I planted a few things. And who's your buddy? Who's your pal? This guy. I mean, yes, it was a psych hold, and I didn't realize the amount of medications they'd put on you. Yeah, I didn't realize that they would actually find that you had issues and keep you longer.
See,
but in the end, who won? You did. You got time off, even more than you wanted.
Well, I guess there's that.
And it was only like, what was it? 15, 20 years before we worked together again. You had a nice time. Don't act like it wasn't a nice time. You keep bringing it up like it was a bad thing.
It kind of was, Jeffrey.
It really wasn't. It was the best thing for you, and you know it.
I don't remember those 15 years.
They were great.
I don't know what happened.
You're fine. Trust me. You're fine.
Am I? Okay.
If you're not, I can make another call.
Oh, dear God, no.
Or you can show up Friday.
I don't know. That's good.
Friday. Mr. Pringle says, Jeffrey, can you break down the difference at the BOB, that's the Bob, that's the Banquet Ballpark, when the roof is open versus when the roof is closed? Okay, so when the roof is open, you can see the sky and the stars or the clouds or the lack of clouds or the blue sky. And it gets very hot in there because it's still like 100-degree temperatures.
Aircraft flying over, you can see that.
Right. When it's closed, you can't see anything unless they turn on the lights.
Kind of looks like a giant Costco.
And so he says, which favors the Diamondbacks? Having it closed favors the Diamondbacks for two reasons. One, it's much cooler in there, so the crowd that is there will be in a good mood. And two, the same thing Craig Counsell said about why they wanted their stadium closed. Didn't work, but the noise. It gets louder when you keep the roof closed. And if you want your home team advantage, you want to get that crowd going, close the roof. It's louder.
Historically speaking, there are those who believe that when the roof and the panels are open, there is a sort of artificial jet stream in there And if you get the ball up into that jet stream, depending on which way, the air is flowing, you can hit a home run very, very easy.
I don't believe that.
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, there were pitchers throughout the Diamondbacks movement that they did not, when they pitched, they did not want the panels open. They could have the roof open, but they did not want the panels open.
Did anybody ever do a study on that to see if it's actually true? Because I feel like that's silly.
I'm just saying, you think about it, the air is coming in from the roof.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And now you got these panels kind of venting. So they're venting out of the stadium, right? There's no panels, towards home plate. So all the air is coming in and kind of settling and then moving out through the panels in the outfield. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. I mean,
I want to see a study, like a smoke test where they.
Well, I'm a damn meteorologist. I think that should just pretty much, that should
really
simplify
not.
For you.
You're a pretend meteorologist.
I got a degree in my wall in my office. You just go in there.
You
and
think Jon Stewart, who used to host the Daily Show, has like the fake degrees on his wall?
No,
he doesn't.
I don't have one either. I have a meteorological degree in there. It's signed.
That's just
signed,
something that a listener
by
gave you.
Legends.
They just printed it up at Kinko's or something.
I don't think so. They say legends in the meteorological world.
You didn't spend one day at weatherman school.
No, I didn't have to. I'm a natural. I am what you call one of those.
They don't just give you it because you're a natural.
I'm a savant.
What I'll say.
I don't know how to take that.
I don't know what that means.
Fish Tank says, did you know they used to call Ralph Ranger Ralph? He'll be a Texas fan in no time. Oh, yeah, that's probably right. Jagdog says, next time you see Ralph, he'll show up in a Diamondbacks hat as an Arizona supporter.
I
doubt
don't
that.
No, that
Not
will
a
never
chance.
happen. That will never happen.
Yeah.
Blissful Ace says, don't forget, Suns are up 2-0 on the Bucks. We know, man. We know. And that's one of the reasons we're just hesitant to get too happy here. Heavy Metal Maniac says, Phoenix Suns preseason game tonight. Can we just play Burn in Hell Lakers, even though they're not playing the Lakers? I love the Burn in Hell Lakers song, he says. Yeah, I guess we could do that for you. Why not?
Burn in Hell Lakers! Burn in Hell Lakers! Shut the hell up, Ralph!
There you go. Pinocchio says, just heard Ralph had loose syphilis. Where do we send flowers and ointment? Wait, I've heard of syphilis. What's loose syphilis? I don't know what that is. And who's Lou? Silly Wabbit says, Jeffrey, have you also written the manual on mental health and wellness issues for the Fanatic? Yes, I have. And that's another reason Randy should show up for work on Friday. Fifth Letter says snakes better jump in that pool if they close it out tomorrow night. Get rested up. Phillies are the second hottest right now. With that said, double shot, Randy. Oh, I guarantee you the Diamondbacks will stream out of the dugout and straight to that pool. Yeah. Absolutely right. We're taking the pool back if we can.
I know I would.
Teriyaki says, hey, speaking of meteorologists, can we get Dusty Rhodes to give a forecast? Well, Dusty Rhodes doesn't do the weather. Randy does the weather. And tell you what, though, if you want a weather forecast, we could do that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Greg Clark Automotive Specialist, located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles for 44 years. And we're offering our fall inspection on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Also, our brake service inspection, recommended every year to prevent repairs and ensure top performance. For guaranteed family touch service, contact us at 602-246-2881. Highly rated by Google. Online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention the Fanatic to get 10% off.
At A2 Luxury Real Estate, we don't believe in a buyer's list, and that's good for you. Why? Because our priority is you, the seller, and we will never represent a buyer in your sale. Call now and get up to $10,000 off on your next real estate transaction. A2 Luxury Real Estate, 602-888-1433 or a2luxre.com, 602-888-1433 or a2luxre.com. Realty One Group.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
It's Barry Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and let's take a look at what's going on this week. On Thursday, we got the Broncos at Chiefs. Oh, brother. Desert Vista at Brophy Prep on Friday at 7 p.m. Saturday, we got Miami at North Carolina. That's going to be at 4 p.m. Sunday, we got all-day football again with a London game, Ravens at Titans. Then at 9:30, Colts at Jaguars. And, of course, that's going to be a win for the Colts. I think that the Jaguars are no damn good. Wait, who's in the Jaguars? Is that Hairboy's team?
Yeah,
Hairboy's.
Yeah, it's Tracy Lawrence.
Yeah, and the Jags have Travis Etienne, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah,
and they got guys that are playing.
Easy win. Anyway, and then later on, I don't really believe that. Later on, Giants at Bills. We got a bunch of blowout games. Right here.
Well, maybe I'll make up some ground in the fan pick 'em.
Yeah, Bills versus the Giants. That should be a gimme. Of course, the Bills. Who knows, right? Chiefs over the Broncos should be easy win. And then the Cowboys and the Chargers. I don't even know what to think. About that. The Cowboys are supposed to have this great defense, and then they don't.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that defense. I think they ran up against the best offense in football and got shredded.
Mm-hmm.
The Niners are going to do that to everybody.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a little bit later in the show when we talk about the rivalry getting cooked back up again between the Cowboys and the 49ers. But that's a little bit later.
I don't know that that's going to happen. And the 49ers got to take on Cleveland. And I got to tell you, Cleveland's defense is pretty badass.
Yeah, but he got no offense to back it up, or you got a guy like
true.
Dak Prescott who likes to throw to the other team.
Well,
anything can happen.
There you go. I mean,
anyway,
all Baker's got to do is throw one touchdown and hand off for one touchdown, and then they just pick off 3 from Dak. I mean, this game is in the bag.
Yeah, well, it's Chargers versus the Cowboys. So old Herbert, proactive ad, spokesman. I think he's gonna have a rough day. We'll talk more about all this stuff as we go. We were still just sort of basking in the glow of the Dodgers being up 2 games to none over the Dodgers, and I'll tell you what, they were not happy in Chavez Ravine last night. I don't know if you saw on my Twitter. You want to take a look at Radio Pal 1580. Somebody posted up. There were like so many fan fights at Dodger Stadium, and it was all Dodger fan versus Dodger fan. I checked the videos. It's like, oh, geez, I hope there wasn't a Diamondback fan getting beat up. But no, it was all Dodger on Dodger crime. They, I think, might be a bit frustrated.
Maybe. There might be something to that.
So are you saying that Dodger fans, when they don't get their way, get upset?
Yeah, it just seems like they don't know how to channel that energy, you know? People are fighting in the bathroom, in the parking lot, on the concourse, in the stands. There's just fight all over the place. And I got 4 videos in one screen that can show you that. Somebody posted up that was actually at the game. They're like, this is unbelievable how much everybody's just fighting with each other.
How do you get in a fight in a bathroom? I mean, look, dude, I'm just trying to take a pee here.
Yeah, I don't even like to talk to people in the bathroom.
Can you back the hell off of me here?
I ain't
give me a
throwing
second.
hands until I see you wash yours.
Well, exactly. You know, and that's the thing. You know,
Not doing it.
At least wash your damn hands before we, go to work here.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, they were all pretty upset, and can't say I didn't enjoy every one of those videos, to be honest. Jet says, I'm glad I have the same feeling as everyone else. You know, here in the Valley, we've come so close to winning something, something big, and then we lose at the end. We won't even celebrate our baseball team winning 2 in LA. It might be a superstition, but I refuse to see anything or say anything until after we get through this round. I'll be cheering loud at the game tomorrow, but if we lose, I ain't going to that next game.
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, listen, Jet, that's a good way to do it. I mean, I played ball for a lot of years, and there's nothing. They have accomplished nothing here. They've won 2 games, and they have a great deficit on a great ball club that's flat right now. Who's to say these guys don't fly into town with desperation in their eyes and play out of their heads and beat us 12-3? I mean, who's to say this doesn't turn things around for the Dodgers? And remember, the Diamondbacks beat the Yankees in the World Series, and every game the Diamondbacks won was a home game, and every game the Yankees won was a home game. If the Diamondbacks did not have home field advantage that year, we would not have won the World Series.
Good point. Good point. That might be why Mr. Pringle says Dimebags in 4. You got to give the Dodgers at least a game. You know what I'm saying?
If I'm Torey Lovullo, I give them nothing. We go out tonight and we step on their neck and finish them.
Yeah, we're not Torey Lovullo. We're just dudes watching this from the side, and you have to at least spot them a game and say, hey, they're that damn good. If I was playing on the team, our focus would be very different about what was about to happen. Bruno Baller says, Randy, just look at it this way. By the time you go to work Friday, somewhere in the world, it will already be the 14th. It's a good point. If you were to observe,
I guess it's a good, but still it's Friday the 13th here.
England, if you were to observe British time, it's the 14th, if that helps.
Maybe what I need to do is wear that necklace of garlic again. I should just wear that again.
Yeah. Or
put
just
on my aluminum foil suit.
Yes. Or just get a necklace and rub some garlic on it. You know what I mean?
Rub garlic on a necklace?
Yeah. Instead of wasting your wife's garlic.
I didn't think about that.
Making a necklace. I think it'll achieve the same thing.
All right.
Hey, can you just do your damn job real fast and give us a weather report?
Yes. From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, the Harmon Solar Weather Center, the Weather FA coming at you. It's 96 currently under a beautiful skies. Look, folks, the 100-degree temperatures, they're gone. Going to be 93 tomorrow, 89 Thursday. Currently, the air quality moderate at 52. No clouds to speak of. And the current wind is out of the northeast at 9 miles an hour. Humidity at 20%. Visibility at 30 miles. The barometric pressure is at 29.57 and dropping. Just outside, it's absolutely beautiful, folks. From the 1580 The Fanatic Harmon Solar Weather Center, the chief meteorologist Randy White, the Weather Hefe. Back to you, Jeff Go.
Thank you, Randy. All right, so let's have one last little piece of baseball before we move on to other things.
All right.
Mattress Mac is always involved when the Astros are involved. And so Mattress Mac's like, hey, I want to throw out the first pitch for the Astros. And they're like, yeah, let's do this. And then he was told, whoa, we can't have you do that. And he's like, why? And he says, well, Mattress Firm is a sponsor. Your business, Mattress Mac, throwing out a first pitch. They're a sponsor, and they don't take too kindly to that. And so they shut him down to throw out the first pitch.
You know what? That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Can't he just go out as a fan, and he's not going to stand up there and make remarks?
No, but just knowing it's Mattress Mac and you've just paid for some exclusive advertising.
I'm sure they've got signage in the ballpark and they've got commercials running during the broadcast.
The word was exclusive.
Wow.
And if you got exclusive, like, do you hear any other solar companies on this radio station? Do you hear, well, you know, we don't, not everything we do here is exclusive, but when we say it's exclusive. And if Major League Baseball told mattress, people, the mattress firm that they were the exclusive, well, then they have to abide by that.
That's ridiculous. No, they're throwing out the first pitch.
How is it ridiculous?
It's not like he's going to wear like a mattress, whatever his Mattress Warehouse, Mattress Max, whatever it is. He's not going to wear a hat out there. He's going to have a Houston jersey on. He's going to have a Houston hat on. And now direct your attention to the pitcher's mound as Mattress Mac throws out the first pitch. I mean, that's going to be the only mention. This is ridiculous.
But there's the mention.
Yeah, I guess it is one of those things where if they hadn't made a deal out of it, I don't think anybody would even have noticed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they noticed and they said no bueno. And Major League Baseball was like, well, they give us money, so no. And that's the end of that.
I've got 10 fingers, and there's 2 of them specifically for Mattress Firm right now.
I really can't get that upset about it. It's Mattress Mac gets plenty of advertising, and he gets plenty of notice for what he does.
That's my point.
I completely I disagree with it. I understand.
I don't have the 2 fingers for the Mattress Firm. I bought a very good mattress from them once. It's really
no
nice
kidding.
mattress. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't go to Mattress Mac, huh?
Well, no, I don't live in Houston.
You're like, because I don't want bed bugs. That's why. What an allegation from Keon Rose.
Oh, no.
Keon, why are you saying Mattress Mac's got bed bugs in his mattresses?
I just don't live in Houston.
I mean, what the hell's going on here?
I just don't live in Houston, man.
What do you got against Mattress Mac? Oh, I get it.
I don't live in
Washington and Houston and mortal enemies. I get it.
We're not. There is no rivalry there at all.
Hook'em Hottie says it's the second time they did that to Mattress Mac. Actually, I'm just not sure why the Astros would have even offered it. His place is called Gallery Furniture, by the way. Okay.
Well, he's not going to wear, like I said, he's not going to wear signage out there.
Yeah, well, he's so well known, but whatever. Let's see. The Jet says, hey, plus they're getting more coverage right now. Look, we're talking about them right here. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't have said Mattress Firm today several times if it weren't for that, huh? Cabana says, enjoying fajitas at Fiesta Kitchen in Mesa. Looks good. Cabana does look good. Hey, by the way, did they decide to tell us the hell they're putting the Coyotes new arena yet? I just know it's in North Mesa someplace, which I'm thinking by the river, by the Riverview. There's the Tempe Marketplace, and then across the street, it's the Mesa Riverview. I'm thinking it's going to be near that somehow, but I just haven't seen any press releases or nothing.
They keep saying that there has been a letter of intent to purchase a parcel of land in Mesa to be the potential site for the arena, but I don't. And there are some drawings here, but I don't see where exactly the new home will be. I don't see that.
All right. Swazman says, hey, Jeffrey, last text. Dude, you can text as much as you want. He says, who won fantasy football points this week? I noticed that Keon came out of the cellar at number 10 in League 2. He beat the number 1 team. Hey, good for you, Keon. Good for you.
I didn't get punished for my DJ Moore mistake, so
yeah,
I'll take that.
You got to win. Well, I can give that to you right now, Swazman. Actually, the person who scored the most points in any fantasy football league for the Daily Blender comes from League 12. Littlest Optimist got 213.95 points. Yeah, I know, right? Just dominated. A couple of people had like low 200s, but Littlest Optimist just killed it there. I'll tell you what I'll do when we come back from the top of the hour break here. I will tell you who The weekly picks winner is in the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em contest. Get the results for us, and then we'll move on and do some more football stuff. We have plenty of football stuff that we do need to talk about. Walter Mellon says, hey, Jeffrey, have you guys heard the conspiracy that Mattress Firm is for like money laundering or something like that, due to the fact there's so many mattress firms in every city? How many people buy mattresses, huh? Oh, so you're trying to say they're a front for money launderers? That's a very serious allegation. But see, Keon bought one, so they sell some mattresses. Yeah. Jet says it's pretty standard. We used to sponsor different events or items and sporting events and stuff. So, yeah, gotcha. I mean, exclusive is exclusive. It's the Daily Blender here, exclusive on 1580 The Fanatic.
It's time for the fall haul at Northern Tool and Equipment. Get your hands on tough tools at prices that are tough to ignore. Got plans? Cancel them. Trucks in the shop? Borrow someone else's. Don't like saving money? Right. So head to the fall haul at Northern Tool. Stock up at the season's biggest event and get huge savings on brands like Milwaukee, Honda, and Ingersoll Ram. Shop at northerntool.com. We're made for this.
Hi, folks. Robert Quigley here, America's Independent, Washington, D.C. We're on the road to the White House. Folks, the status quo has failed us. We will increase home ownership to the 80% range. We will repair the climate. We will enact Quigley Care. We will increase your Social Security check. We will lower your taxes. We will reset student loan discharges. We will feed the 25% of our kids that go hungry every day. We will recreate 30 million new business owners. We will reshore America's squandered production might. We will lower your taxes. Your help, support, and dollars are needed. Pull up your sleeves. It's time to get to work. Go to robertquigleyforpresident.com, find the donor box button. Go to robertquigleyforpresident.com. Team America needs your spare change. Together, we will make it work for all of us.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Want to downsize your home but think you've missed the opportunity? Let A2 Luxury Real Estate show you how to downsize and win. If you have owned your home for over 5 years, we have great news for you. Get the true value of your home and save up to $10,000. Call A2 Luxury Real Estate at 602-888-1433 or go to a2luxre.com. Realty One Group, 602-888-1433 or go to a2luxre.com.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And the fifth letter says the Diamondbacks need to play like it's their elimination game tomorrow. Yep. Randy is dead on right. Love the position you guys are in, but don't be satisfied. Like one LA legend once said, the job ain't finished.
Yep, that's true.
Thank you, Fifth Letter, for that. And yeah, we're gonna play it cool. We're just gonna see how this thing unfolds, and be cautiously optimistic. I think is the way to go on this. Cautiously optimistic.
You know, I'm just one game at a time, man. Let's see. Again, you haven't done anything. You have not eliminated the Dodgers, and if you've not eliminated the Dodgers, they're still in the game. So you've got to come out tomorrow night with the hunger to put them away and not let them advance on. Don't let them get back in this series.
Yeah, we'll do the best we can. All right, so I promised that I would let everybody know who won what and how things are going. So for week 5 in the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'ems contest, our weekly picks winner, who's going to get a jersey of his choice from Nick LaCapria, is Locomotive, and Locomotive had 10 rights. It was it wasn't an easy week. I also got 10 right. I was surprised, actually. And there was 14 possible you could get. And the fact that, your top guy had 10 right, it shows you how hard a week it was. So here's what happened with the show. Like I said, I had 10 right, and that helped me make up a little ground on Ralph. Ralph still has one more right than I do, but he only got 9 right this week. And then after that, Keon, you got 7 right. And then Randy and Radio Ron, they both got 6. So
I'm right up there with Radio Ron now. Nice.
No, he's like 10 ahead of you.
Like Radio Ron, don't take this as, an insult, but I'm coming for you, Jack.
Yeah, you're it's going to take a while.
It's almost there. I'm almost there. Yeah.
So in our standings for at least the hosts of the show, Ralph has 50. I got 49. Keon and Radio Ron have 46, and Randy, you have 37. So
I'm only 11 behind. What 12 behind? No, wait, 8, 9 behind.
You're 13 behind.
I'm only 9 behind.
You're 13 behind Ralph.
Is that it?
You're 13 behind Ralph.
Oh, that's easy. I'll make that up this week.
Just talk him into taking a week off.
Yeah. Radio Ron's he's gonna get some of that Johnny Walker Black, and he'll forget.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will have I'll get 17 games right this week.
It's good strategy. I mean, you didn't need help last week. You only got 6 right. After you know why that happened? He was heckling me in an email. He's all like, "Hey, I noticed I'm ahead of you in the picks contest." And I just says, "Well, I'll catch up." I didn't realize it'd be this week because I passed him. I got 49. He's got 46. So I'm ahead of him now. So who knew? See, here's the standings right now for the big prize of $1,580. If we're not, Randy,
what?
We're not giving
Here's
it
the
away
standings.
right. No,
What?
Standings means this is where they stand.
Oh,
Nobody's
all right.
winning anything. So don't play the music.
Okay.
So Choro has 53 correct picks so far. Choro does.
Good job, Choro.
And he's alone in first place.
Wow.
After that, with 52 right, you got Penisher, Putswaddler, Raider Royce, and Shooter McGavin. Then the rest of the top 10 is Fighting Wampa, Germ is Good, Box of Screws, Navy Devil, and Blue Avenger. They have 51 correct. So, this is a harder year than we've seen in the past. This is a harder year. I bet if I went back and checked week 5, I bet there was probably higher numbers. This has just been a super difficult year to get the picks right. So
like to thank Box of Screws for the challenge last weekend, and congratulations on beating my ass in fantasy football.
Oh, Randy, don't take it so hard. Everybody gets
my
it.
ass.
He did. He did
Yeah.
by almost 100 points, but you beat other people by 100 points in previous weeks. It's just the way fantasy football goes. Sometimes not all your players are on the same page. I had that week last week for sure. So you never know when that's going to happen. You just try to minimize how often it happens. With your team, I think you're going to be fine.
I feel much better now, having had a loss. Much better.
What?
I mean, the weight of carrying a team with no losses. I mean, it's just
Well, that makes no sense.
I'm glad I had a loss, because now we're going to come back.
Are you
with
giving it
vengeance and fire?
Are you giving it the new sneaker thought process where you're glad you finally scuffed them so you don't have to worry about scuffing them all the time?
Damn right. You're damn right.
I don't think that applies here.
Oh, that's going to happen. Yeah, no, I'm going to I'm going to rain down vengeance from hell.
Who are you playing this week?
Moist one.
Good luck.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Anyway, smoke him like a bad cigarette.
How do you smoke a bad cigarette?
Very quickly.
Okay, Randy. Okay. Let's talk about Monday Night Football now. I don't want my brain to spend too much time on that. So I picked the Packers last night, and boy, was I wrong. And it looked like the Packers were going to get something going on, and then they didn't. And one of the things that can be credited for the win is a dirty play, a horse collar tackle, and I guess the dirtbag coach Josh McDaniels was like, "No, that was a good play. We're all good." The hell, man. It's an illegal play, and even though they threw the flag, and he did get in trouble for that, or else it would have been a touchdown for the Packers, and then they stopped the Packers afterwards. So that's now part of the playbook. You horse collar tackle a guy just for a chance to stop them.
Yeah, I mean it's a 15-yard penalty, so inside of the 15, obviously
half the distance to the goal.
It doesn't hurt you like that. But just the idea that that's somebody else's career. The reason why that tackle is illegal is because you have a potential of breaking your leg if somebody pulls on you and rolls up on your leg the wrong way. And we saw it happen enough times that the league said, no, you just can't tackle people that way because we don't want our stars having their legs broken. I remember what happened to Terrell Owens. It stinks. It ruins people's seasons, potentially their careers. And so for Josh McDaniels to say that, it's a smart football play. Okay, but it's a bad human play because you're actually putting someone else's career at risk.
Who was the receiver number 9? I forgot his name. That was who he did that to, right? He grabbed
it was Christian Watson.
That was it, Christian Watson. There should be a fine for that, right? They'll probably fine
and there will be a fine. For sure. I don't.
Josh McDaniels making it look like, oh, that was a great idea. Good for you.
Yeah, like that's the thing is that if you're going to encourage that in your locker room. I mean, we had a coach in Sean Payton kicked out of the league for a year for being the head coach of a team during Bountygate, where guys were intentionally injuring players, and now we have a head coach of a team basically saying it's okay to do that as long as you save us touchdowns. And I just don't agree with that.
I agree with both of you, but I want to throw this out there just for discussion. We were talking about a bad play last night, a horse collar tackle. What about a flagrant foul in the NBA? Isn't it the same thing? You're preventing somebody from scoring a basket, and you're intentionally doing a flagrant foul.
So let me explain what the difference is. A flagrant foul can be putting your arm on a guy pretty hard across the front of him. Boom, just kind of hit him that way, or you foul him on purpose.
And if he falls awkwardly, he could get hurt, right?
Sure. There's a chance you get hurt on any play. But I would liken the horse collar tackle in basketball to running up and kicking a guy in the knee. Well, that's a flagrant foul, and that'll definitely stop him. But there's a high possibility of an injury that you just kicked his kneecap off. That is what a horse collar tackle is more comparable to. Just a regular flagrant foul. I can run over there and hug you, and it's a flagrant foul. Horse collar tackle is a definite out of control. There's nothing you can do as the person being horse collar tackled, and it can whiplash you. It can put you on your back hard, like break your leg, like Keon was talking about. So you can't say a flagrant foul. I mean, a flagrant foul, like trying to stop a layup, but if somebody turns and they boff you in the nose.
And how many times have we seen a guy get a flagrant foul and he actually tries to catch the person he fouled? There are ways you can do it and not end a person's career. If you do the horse collar tackle just the wrong way, you're going to break that person's leg. And it's not an if, it's going to happen.
And it could be a career ender.
I don't know. I mean, I agree. Again, I agree with both of you. And I think a horse collar tackle is But I don't see I personally don't see a difference between a horse collar tackle and a flagrant foul in the NBA.
Well, a flagrant foul doesn't have to be as intense as a horse collar tackle.
It seems like it's a very intense foul, though.
It's a more intense foul than usual, but it's not the most intense version of that foul. And if you have a foul that's that bad, you end up missing games afterwards. The NBA doesn't play around with some of these. If I'm going to push you and now you're falling onto your head and neck and things like that. Like
it's kind of like, to me, the guys with the long hair coming out the back of the helmet, and you're like grabbing at jersey or whatever, and you grab some hair and they call a foul on that. Look, if your hair is coming out, I
didn't think they did.
You can't tackle by the hair.
You can if the hair is below the nameplate. Yeah. So if your hair is Derrick Henry and it's so long that it's below the part that says Henry,
get a handful of
then
hair.
You're fine. I haven't seen that not called.
I'm just saying.
Larry Fitzgerald, he got tackled that way, and they called a foul.
Larry Fitzgerald had hair. I don't understand why they would call that. But if your hair is below the nameplate, that is a legal tackle. If your hair sticks out of your helmet and is above the nameplate, can't be tackled by your hair.
Because, I mean, a lot of times these defensive guys are being blocked and they're just trying to grab on. I don't know about the play last night. I didn't see it.
The horse collar tackle is specifically when you reach into the pads of the back of the jersey.
I know what it is.
Yeah,
I know what it is.
So it's that's not a desperate grab for anything. You know what you're doing when you horse collar a guy.
Hefty Lefty says horse collar, I would say, is more like the undercutting someone's legs or getting in the landing zone, which is now a flagrant, dangerous play. But for people that have been playing football for a long time, it's not necessarily trying to be dirty in that moment. And Fifth Letter says, I 100% disagree with you guys. And what Randy says is correct. It's a dangerous play. Yes. Could it hurt and harm someone's career? Yes. But then you could say that for any regular hard tackle across the middle or a hard sack in the quarterback. Come on, fellas. At some point, it's really part of the game. Guys, it saved a touchdown. Come on.
Sure.
Now,
it's been a part of the rules for a long time because it has injured people and taken them out for a season. So it's just a hard hit across the middle. That's just a hit. Like the reason why we have a definition for that one is because of how bad your leg gets messed up if that goes sideways on.
All right. So what about last weekend? I agree with what you guys are saying. But what about last weekend when Jalen Hurts was running and you had two Rams, one guy high, one guy low at his legs, and he escaped the guy towards his knees, and the guy high kind of grabbed him on his nameplate or his shoulder pad or whatever, and he escaped the tackle. But it seemed like that was a dirty play to me. If you got one guy going low at the knees and one guy going high trying to tackle you at a whole different angle, isn't that a dirty play?
It just seems like two guys is trying to tackle it.
Yeah, I don't know that seems like a dirty play. I mean, I'd have to see the play you're talking about in particular. But no, it doesn't. That doesn't seem like a dirty play to me because it's not like they coordinated. You go high, you go high, I'll go low, and we'll break him in half.
Man.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's just not what the rules are on that. And if that's something that becomes a big enough issue, then the NFL will probably outlaw that too. But we haven't gotten there.
I have to unpack all the dumb things Blissful Hayes just texted in. Hold on. He says the NFL needs to convert to flag football for all the snowflakes. This isn't about snowflakes, Blissful Hayes. A horse collar tackle was agreed upon by the league that is a potentially dangerous. How long has it been since they banned? I think they banned that back when men were men. I don't think it's that recent that they banned the horse collar tackle. He says then maybe Anthony Richardson would thrive in the league. Anthony Richardson has not been hurt by a horse collar tackle. He's been hurt by himself and doing dumb things.
Every other kind of tackle.
Yeah. It wasn't a horse collar. So shut up, Blissful Hayes. Hefty Lefty says, you know what? It's a dirty play, but legal. Sticking your thumb up the butt. Yeah, it'd be effective to mess with quarterbacks, though.
Excuse me.
I mean,
I don't think you can ever stick your thumb up anyone's butt.
I don't think.
How would you do that?
Maybe your own.
Wearing pants.
I know you're talking.
Hand down in there. I mean,
we've seen that in college. When in a college game, we saw a guy sitting there just doing that to some guy.
The outside of his pants?
But yes, the outside.
It doesn't seem like it would go very far.
This is when how do you have time to go?
That's what I mean.
It's not what he's talking about.
Horse collar tackle was blamed for a series of major injuries in 2004, and I remember those.
Is that recent? Wow, I thought it was even further back.
They outlawed it during the 2005 offseason after a bunch of guys basically just fell backwards in the awkward way that you do when you're horse collar tackled. And Terrell Owens is one of those guys, but I remember there were others, and it just ruined a lot of people's seasons. The league's just like, look, we have, especially now, we have gambling, we have fantasy football, we have so many things. I'm telling you, if we were to say, you know what, horse collar's fine again, none of you would be happy.
Let me tell you, part of me wishes it was still legal, and I'm going to say why. I mean, I don't want anybody getting hurt, but I feel like if you're playing tackle football, if there's any part of a person that should be useful in tackling them, their hair, the collar, their jersey, their nuts, whatever you want to drag a guy down by, if it's right there for the taking, you should be able to take it.
So you're saying that in some manner, a defensive player can grab a hold of a guy's crotch, a handful of jelly beans, and pull this cat down.
I'm saying if it were up to me, I don't know that that's legal or illegal. That's never come up as an issue.
I mean, that's against the man code, isn't it? I mean, you don't just go grab a guy by his jelly beans and bring him down. I mean, that's just not cool.
See, it just seems like a mean thing to do. I don't know if it's a man card violation to take a guy down by his giblets. I'm just saying, if it were up to me, tackle football would be that violent, but it's not that violent, fifth letter. And the reason it's not that violent is because all the owners have decided not to do that anymore. But I wouldn't mind it.
As it turns out, if you're paying people millions of dollars to do something for you, it's not a particularly good investment if they get injured doing the thing for you that easily.
You can't sort of hit the guy in the cha-cha bongos and bring him down. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
I think you should be able to grab the cha-cha or the bongos. I think you should be allowed to. I think it should be tackle is whatever you can get your hands on. And don't be out there if you don't want somebody taking you down.
Still perplexed by the whole thumb thing.
Horse collar should be a doable thing. No, the thumb, no. It's not like you're trying to grab a bowling ball. Maybe leave the thumbs out of it. But since we don't do it that way, and yes, there's a high likelihood of somebody breaking a leg, all right, no more horse collar tackles. Okay.
And I'm not even going after the player for it. He made the decision he made in that moment. But I am not happy that the head coach is coming out and saying, the play that the league unanimously decided was a play that causes injury at a very high rate. I like that my guy did that. Not cool with that.
Pringle says you can break a player's leg with a legal tackle to you. Wussies, snap your fingers, snap your neck.
Well, yeah, but the risk of that, we understand the risks of that better, and you don't break your leg as consistently with a legal tackle because it's not an awkward twisting motion on every legal tackle.
Pringle also says only Jeffrey would tackle a guy with a nutsack. Okay. Whopper says face mask. Yeah, that could hurt a guy's neck. That could break your neck.
Yeah,
if you're not careful.
And that's the reason why we don't do it. And by the way, for Randy's comparison about the flagrant foul, it's not that flagrant fouls never have a purpose. I just wouldn't like a head coach to stand there and go, yeah, I like that my player undercut the other guy. Just a bad look.
Josh McDaniels is a dirtbag. Fighting Wampus says there'd be a new combine measurable for defensive players, 40 time, high jump, and then how big around is your thumb? Yeah, I don't think the thumb is ever going to become a thing.
Well, they already measure the hands. I mean, why not just go a step further? And
I guess
if they're going,
you're already there.
If they're going from the wrist to the top of the middle finger, I mean, why not go ahead, go from the wrist to the end of the thumb? I mean,
look what my thumb does on the YouTube video.
Imagine some of these players,
thumb curves up?
His thumb is 7 inches long.
Does this mean my thumb has Peyronie's disease? Do I need it?
Boy.
And what kind of like fingernail hygiene does this guy have? I mean, if he's going to do that sort of tackling, I mean, can you imagine? Manicures. I mean, after the game, wow.
Yeah, get an infection. Hefty Lefty says, had a buddy on my high school soccer team that would do that to defenders while running next to him early in games, mess with the guy's head the rest of the time. He was a weird guy. Do what, the thumb thing, or grab him by the...
guessing it's the thumb thing, but
punch him in the bongos?
Just run it behind him and go, right? In the keister.
Wow.
Oh, I wouldn't mess with my head. I would beat the hell out of somebody if they did that to me. Kiss the Cook says, if you're in a pile after the tackle, it wasn't uncommon for you to get punched or have your junk pulled on. I don't think I would actually do that.
There's only one person on the face of this planet I want pulling on my junk, and it's not another lineman on an opposing football team.
I know it's me, but you probably should say it's Kim.
I'm not naming who it is.
You should probably say who it is. Just
out of respect,
yeah.
I'm not naming who it is.
Okay, fine. Hefty Lefty says Jeffrey has the ultimate prostate exam thumb. Yeah, look at that.
Boy.
That thing curves.
No.
Did your guys' thumbs curve like that?
Do you have like thumb
You can do
Peyronie's
that.
disease?
Oh,
That's what I'm thinking. Oh yeah. Keon's does too.
That's a pretty sharp.
Whoa. This is like a 90 degree angle on that.
I didn't realize my thumb did that.
Wow, Keon.
That is wild.
Does the other one do that too? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, holy Jesus. Well, yours really does that. Is that from phones, you think?
I have no idea.
We're freaks. We're all freaks.
That's from playing street football early when we were kids.
Whopper says, back to hockey. Picking the Hurricanes to win the cup. They were like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. All right, we won't talk about this anymore. When we do come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about last night's game, and then we got a bunch of NFL to talk about. And, when we come back, we're going to get a college football recap from Keon Rose. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
There's a whole lot of savings going on now at Staples. During Staples Sit-a-thon, you can save up to $150 on select office and desk chairs. And when you buy a chair, you save 25% on desks, storage solutions, and office accessories. Plus, your local Staples now accepts Amazon returns. And when you return an Amazon order at Staples, you receive a coupon for $10 off your next $30 Staples purchase. Now is definitely the time to save at Staples. Chair offer ends 10/28. In-store only. Exclusions apply on Amazon offer.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, a lot of us play fantasy football this time of year, and it's fun. But what you should be playing is fantasy electric bills. What's that? It's where you get with Harman Solar, and they save you over 80% off your electric bill every month. Then, each time you open up that bill, you're going to feel like you just won a championship. Call Harman Solar today. Get a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
Want to downsize your home but think you've missed the opportunity? Let A2 Luxury Real Estate show you how to downsize and win. If you have owned your home for over 5 years, we have great news for you. Get the true value of your home and save up to $10,000. Call A2 Luxury Real Estate at 602-888-1433 or go to a2luxre.com. Realty One Group. 602-888-1433 or go to a2luxre.com.
Hi, folks. Robert Quigley here, America's Independent, Washington, D.C. We're on the road to the White House. Trader Trump is a stunning marketer, but a brainless schmuck with a zero between his ears. Buyer's remorse aches America. You know, he failed to use our vast, highly experienced civil service to make decisions during his presidency. Rich donors throw millions at exceedingly ordinary right-wing candidates. Why? To steal government, to rob the country's resources, and to oppress our neighbors. Right-wing senators openly plot on the Senate floor to put puppets in the courts. The time has arrived. America first. Go to robertquigleyforpresident.com. Find our donor box button. Donate what you can. Team America needs your change. Join Team America. Together, we will make America work for all of us.
Are you ready for the NFL season? Are you ready to win $1,580 in cold hard cash? Sign up today for the Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Get over to 1580thefanatic.com and sign up today. Someone needs to win this $1,580 first prize. Why not you? Finish in second place. Cha-ching! You win $500. The Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Sign up today at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Let me clean up this text line real fast, and we'll get to the college football wrap-up. Fish Tank says, nothing like a drive-by oil check. Seems fair. Oaktown Destroyer says, I hate Josh McDouche, too. Yeah, he is a douche. Yeah, he says, the Raiders coaching staff sucks. Josh McDaniels, the offensive guru, can't do crap right, doing what he did to Denver about 10 years ago. Yeah, he has not gotten better as a coach. Not at all. Even though they got the win, this is a bad team and a bad coach. Hefty Lefty says, speaking of hockey, did you see the best dressed analyst in sports retired today? Best wishes to Barry Melrose. I saw that. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's. So that's a shame. But yeah, everybody's going to have a thing. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to have a thing, and you just do the best you can. I imagine he did the best he could for as long as he could. So, that is too bad. All right, let's go ahead and figure out what's going on in the world of college football. Georgia is still on top of the AP 25. I see no Arizona schools in the top 25. So now I don't care.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to see any Arizona teams.
Yeah. I don't see Colorado there anymore either.
Yeah, no, Colorado's out.
They've plummeted. What is their record now? Like 2-5 or something? They've only won a couple, right?
No, it's still a winning record.
Maybe it is you. I don't know.
Yeah, it's they've gotten through a couple of games, but the thing is, that I think they're being shown for the kind of team that they are, which is that they're good. They do have talent, but they're not particularly deep. And so they're coming up against, when they start coming up against tougher Power 5 opponents, that's going to show itself. So, that doesn't mean that Deion didn't do an incredible job. And it doesn't mean that this team's not on the right track to be a program we should pay attention to. But anybody who showed up this year and just thought this was going to be the year for them, that's just not how it works in college football. You can't do it that fast.
I don't see how anybody could expect Colorado to challenge for a national championship. First of all, this is the first year that Deion's been there. It's the first year he's input his players into the system, and he hasn't done any recruiting. It's going to be like 2 or 3 years before this. I think this franchise is anywhere near to start challenging for a national championship.
Hefty Lefty says, NAU not in the top 25. These rankings are so biased. I know, man. I know you're right. You're so right. But go ahead, Keon. Give us your take on the week that was in college football.
All right. And Colorado, by the way, 4-2.
Ah, okay.
So let's start with some of the best games of the weekend. We had LSU beating Missouri 49-39. Which I thought was a winnable game for Missouri there until LSU got to the fourth quarter and decided to drop 22 points in it. And on the ground, just complete domination, 130-yard rushers, not one, but two of them, and quarterback Jaden Daniels and Logan Diggs on the ground. So that was a big day for both of them. Red River, that was a very good game this weekend.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, me too. But again, it's to me, this is a rivalry that's fun when Oklahoma is good. It's a fun rivalry when these two teams can be competitive. Oklahoma beating Texas 34-30. Texas had the ball at the end, and I thought they should have gone for the first down to try and put it out of reach, but they kicked the field goal, left too much time on the clock for Oklahoma, who executed a fantastic game plan and got the W over there.
So what's interesting is on the top 25 AP poll, Texas and Oklahoma just went switch places.
Yeah, I mean, Texas
almost
fell about as many spots as Oklahoma went up. Yeah, which is to be expected because I think that they had Texas probably a little overrated based on these results, and Oklahoma a little underrated.
Do-si-do.
Alabama 26, Texas A&M 20. This game was absolutely huge in my opinion because no matter who lost the game, there were going to be questions for that team. Either we're going to start having the conversation about how Nick Saban has finally lost his touch, or we're going to ask some questions about Jimbo Fisher and his future at Texas A&M. And those are the questions we're going to be asking now this week.
Well, I got a question. Neither of them are in the top 25. So where are they ranked? I don't see them.
Alabama?
No, you said Texas A&M.
Alabama's 11.
11, yeah.
Texas A&M's not ranked in the top 25.
Oh, there you go. That was the one I couldn't see.
Yeah. So the Texas A&M and Alabama, the thing is though, like A&M had the pieces to be competitive in that game, and they're in desperation mode right now because Jimbo Fisher got paid an awful lot of money, and he didn't get paid all that money to lose to Alabama, and he didn't get paid all of that money to not even come close to going to an SEC title game, nor did he get paid all of that money to not even compete for national championships, and it looks like he's not doing any of those things. So they have a lot of questions at College Station about what to do with Jimbo Fisher, the massive contract, and what it is going forward. And then the other game of the weekend, USC surviving Arizona 43-41. This is a USC team that every time I bring it up, that they're struggling on the defensive side of the football, Trojan fans get mad at me. And I'm just saying the truth here. Your team cannot tackle. And when you start playing, again, the class of college football, which USC is about to go on a run of Power 5 schools that is alarming. You almost wouldn't ever schedule it that way. But unfortunately for them, that's how things shook out. They're not coming through this unscathed. I know they're 6-0 right now, but I just don't know that they're going through all of this without losing one, maybe two games, potentially more. I don't know that that's going to be the case because Caleb Williams has played absolutely well, but that is absolutely insane. The biggest jump in the AP top 25, by the way, would be good old Louisville jumping up in the polls, jumping up 11 spots from 25 to 14. They had an absolutely big game against Notre Dame. I think that they were absolutely underrated. I underrated them as well. And Jack Plummer, the quarterback, managed the game properly, played really well. And Notre Dame, they've been on a run of playing ranked opponents that this is fortunately the end of that for them this upcoming week. They're finally going to be out of the woods in terms of playing high caliber teams. They have one of the toughest schedules in college football. And right now they're about 500 and playing those squads. Mark Stoops is telling his boosters that they need to shut up right now. Pony up or shut up, because they lost to Georgia. They got stomped out. Georgia, by the way, looks like they are back. Like there was a little bit of a question mark there. The offense didn't look like it was clicking. Georgia didn't play up to any of their standards, but they absolutely squashed Kentucky. And Mark Stoops is like, look, they have more money than us. So the kinds of things that they can do, the kinds of players they can go after, the kind of facilities they can build, they have more, we have less. And I don't want to hear any criticism about losing to Georgia, which is weird. I just think Kentucky fans are a little delusional for that. If you're going to actually blame Mark Stoops for doing the job he's done at Kentucky, which is win about 10 games a year, I think that's pretty incredible. Game ball goes to Carson Beck, the quarterback at Georgia. 389 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's the kind of performance that we've been looking for him to have all season long, and he finally had it. He was putting the ball all over the place. That dude's arm is a cannon. So I look forward to watching him now that he seems to have his sea legs under him and moving forward. I think that Georgia is going to be dangerous, not just for the defense now, but they've got the offense rolling too. And the weakest move of the weekend in college football, Shedeur Sanders and his watch celebration after the game.
Why was he doing that? Were they giving him a hard time or something?
I have no idea.
That's become his thing. He after a win, he shows his diamond encrusted watch off and that silly ass smile that I'd like to slap off his face.
It's, man, to me, it's you're 4-2. Is this the peak of what you want to accomplish this
like
season?
The Dodgers doing this after they get on second place.
It's just like you haven't even gotten into the meat of your schedule yet. You of all the things you'd like to accomplish in college football, wouldn't you like to do more than this?
See,
or is 4-2 and beating an ASU team that's absolutely reloading right now, is that the pinnacle of what you're trying to do?
I would have thought your weak move of the week would have been the Miami debacle. I mean, cost him the game.
That's true. Look, it was up there. It was absolutely up there. But I think because that was one of the last things I saw this weekend was Shedeur Sanders just waving his watch around it at just some fans, like not just players who were trash talking.
It was the student section at ASU.
It was just
Is he really showing off a watch his daddy gave him? It's not like he earned that with his own money.
I mean, I suppose
like he mowed a lot of yards for that or something.
He could have NIL'd it, but still, no, I don't really care. It's just It seemed like Colorado had bigger aspirations than beating ASU when they started the season, and it seems like they're fine with being okay. They're good with celebrating being average, and I don't know what to make of that, except to say that I'm very disappointed. The Miami thing is real bad, though. What was it? Running for it when taking a knee would have won the game. Then you run, the ball comes loose. Your opponent gets the ball, goes back the other way, and ends the game on you. Yeah, no, that is a fiasco unto itself. I don't even know if that's not a weak move. That's just stupid.
They shouldn't even be 25 with that nonsense. All right. So is that the week that was, Keon?
That is the week that was.
All right. I got some comments on the text line for you. Fighting Wampa says Colorado's major problem is on defense, period. They didn't sign enough players with big thumbs.
Well,
that is a good point.
Blissful Hayes says, where's the great Illinois Fighting Illini in the top 25?
Well, they're not in it, and you know that they're not in it.
I'm scrolling. I don't see them.
They are not there.
They're not even getting votes.
I picked them to win a game, and somehow Blissful Hayes is. I don't know. I think it makes him feel like a bigger person to remind me that they lost. Two bad teams played each other. I picked one bad team, and he's hounding me for it for some reason.
Some of these guys are like little dogs with a chew toy, and they'll never let it go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fish Tank says, y'all struggling with your scheduling today, but I forgive you. What is he talking about?
I have no idea what's going on.
Well, that was earlier that we got kind of confused. I thought that the Coyotes' first game was today, but it's actually Friday. So why do you want to bring it up like an hour and a half later? Fish Tank. Big George says, wow, wasn't even close. George, this is a recap. Jeffrey completely dominated this edition of Keon Rose's College Football Dance Party recap show. Jeffrey's knowledge of Texas A&M and Shedeur Sanders' watch celebration proved to be the difference. Keon was a close second, and Randy, I think, fell asleep during this segment as he was silent for a while, so he gets third. I heard Randy talking.
Randy was involved. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even acknowledge this thing's going on. I don't. It's kind of like the cancer of the brain walk. I don't. Whatever.
What? I'm not the one saying this, so don't put this on me.
No. It's just. I'm just saying I don't acknowledge.
Hefty Lefty says Stoops needs to go chat with Calipari and get a loan. Hey John, your players are only here for a year. Yeah. How about you let our team hop in those facilities and give some of that budget to football for a few seasons? Huh? What do you say?
No. Calipari and UK basketball are hogging it all for themselves.
How much budget do you need for basketball? Here's the ball and some jerseys, and there's the gym. How much budget do you need for basketball?
Look, basketball's the moneymaker at Kentucky. Has been for a long time.
Wilbur says, Keon, sorry to correct you, but Tempe is definitely not reloading. They are awesome. They are so awesome. I can't even decide if I want to change my name from Mr. Wilbur to Mr. Sparky or not. ASU is amazing. God bless you and good night. I mean, I'm paraphrasing.
I see what he's doing. Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing what he actually texted. But I just,
it's nice.
I got tired of his crap.
I mean, yeah.
I don't get tired of his crap. So we'll just leave it at that. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. More of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580, The Fanatic.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure for fast, powerful nighttime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. NyQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com. the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Greg Clark Automotive Specialist, located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles for 44 years. And we're offering our fall inspection on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Also, our brake service inspection, recommended every year to prevent repairs and ensure top performance. For guaranteed family touch service, contact us at 602-246-2881. Highly rated by Google. Online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention the Fanatic to get 10% off.
Don't let your kids get fooled by the people they meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but those strangers are using their relationship to deal drugs to your kids. If you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Find resources at talknowaz.com. Don't let your kids get fooled. Talk to them and visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
If it's local, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatics.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Mr. Wilbur says, Keon, I'm a jerk face. So let's see if Jeffrey reads that. Yeah, I did. Wilbur, I guess, feels bad. I don't know. It's weird. We don't think you're a jerk face, Wilbur. I don't know.
Not at all.
Wow,
no.
Weird. Blissful Hayes says, hey, Keon, have you heard of joking around? You know, sarcasm. It's my job, Keon, he says. It's my job. My name is Blissful Hayes.
I get it, Blissful Hayes, but this is like the third day you've brought it up.
It'll be a fourth and a fifth, Keon.
It was pretty funny.
There won't
the
be a
first time.
sixth, but there will be a seventh and an eighth.
Oh boy, can't wait.
Fish Tank says, I think you missed my text before I called out the scheduling. Let me scroll up here. Oh, Keon, Notre Dame plays USC this weekend. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. Oh
no,
he's
don't,
right.
don't think you are. However,
is Fish Tank saying he's a USC fan?
Notre Dame. No, Fish Tank's Notre Dame guy.
He's a Dame guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He says Notre Dame plays USC, so they're still in the gauntlet of ranked teams for one more week.
All right. Well, appreciate that correction there. And
I don't.
I think that USC, obviously tough offensive challenge, but they cannot tackle. It is just it's beyond apparent at this point.
Keon forgives you, but I don't like your tone, Fish Tank. Happy Lefty says Mr. Sparky would be a good name. Then he could say that he went blind from living in the sun. I don't get that one. Let's see. Chosen One says, simply put, my Vikings are getting the karma back from last year and going 11-0 in one-score games. With JJ out, man, at least 4 weeks, they can be 2-7 or 1-8. They do play Chicago this week. If that happens, you see them trading Cousins and going full rebuild. Yeah, a lot of rumors are popping up now that, now that JJ's out for 4 weeks, maybe we'll trade Kirk Cousins. You know, I think that the other end of the phone line is going to be Sean Payton trying to get rid of Russell Wilson. But
you think Peyton would take a chance on Kirk Cousins in Denver?
I think you'd much rather have Kirk Cousins because Kirk Cousins is a more traditional kind of quarterback. Russell Wilson is, I saw him out there Sunday. He's still trying to play backyard ball. And the two of those guys don't mesh together well at all. They just, their personalities don't mesh. Their styles don't mesh.
I was hoping the Cardinals would trade Kyler to Denver.
That'd be so good. Yes. For what? Who cares? Just get rid of him. I mean, what? Yeah, that's a good question.
What do you hope to gain from?
Yeah, what do you want to get for Kyler Murray as far as draft picks and stuff?
Look,
go?
man, I don't care at this point. It's obviously like we've been saying all along. Cardinals are kind of rebuilding, changing, transitioning, evolving into another team. They brought in Joshua Dobbs, and they started him after only being with the team for a week. He's been the starting quarterback since day one. I mean, how's Clayton Tune feel about that? The guy was in camp. He was in rookie camp. He was, he's battling, and all of a sudden your offensive coordinator brings in a guy because apparently you're not good enough to go out there and play quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. And then Kyler Murray. I mean, nobody's talking about Murray, and all the Arizona fans want to see him gone. And I was hoping that maybe Sean Payton would make the move.
Yeah, but what do you want for Kyler Murray? Are you thinking? Do they have the draft picks? Because you're going to need something serious. I mean, what do you think would be the appropriate price tag for Kyler Murray?
Not that I want Russell Wilson. That's not what I'm saying. But maybe Russell Wilson and draft picks.
But we don't know what Russell Wilson's contract looks like.
Well,
I think it's probably over.
It could be. You're right. Monty Osenfort, though, is this is a guy that likes draft picks, and he likes to move around, and he's a deal maker. He's a wheeler dealer. So I don't know. I mean, maybe we get Russ Wilson and then we just release him. I don't know.
Hefty Lefty says, as a Denver fan, Denver only uses midgets to return kicks. Yeah, although Trendon Holiday would no longer be the shortest player in franchise history.
We use midgets here in Phoenix as starting quarterbacks.
So there's 5 years left on the Russell Wilson deal.
So they're kind of hamstrung, aren't they?
It's kind of big. It's
that's just problem.
His base salary this year is 17 mil, but it jumps up to 37 mil. It's 8 mil this year, 17 the next year, 37 the year after that. I think there is a potential out there in the contract, but I don't know if it's a player or team option. And then after that, it's a 40 mil and up for the base salary. We're not even talking about.
He'll never make that. He will never make that.
All right. So let's just take a step back from the Broncos. Let's just say, oh, look, here's Kyler Murray right here. Stand there. Hey, it's Kyler Murray. So what is the appropriate trade as far as picks go? Keon, what do you think? Is it an appropriate, it's not saying it's going to be the trade, but what do you think the Kyler Murray is worth in a trade? Is he worth a first round pick?
I don't think so. No. I mean, and it's not because you couldn't convince some team to give you that, but obviously if you're trading him, teams are going to go, well, there's something wrong with the guy. So you're probably, at best going to get some third rounder.
Third, okay, and just one pick,
maybe third and fourth, or a third and a.
I think at very least you get a second or 2 seconds and a third.
I don't think anybody's giving you a second. If you thought he was that good, you'd keep him. So I like the leverage there is just going to be a little tough. I have heard that they are shopping Kyler Murray, but they're being very quiet about it. Like they don't, every time it comes up, someone brings it up to Monty or anybody in that staff, they don't ever acknowledge it. But I've heard that they talked to Atlanta, which would be a really good fit for Kyler, honestly.
Actually, yeah.
It's just that but there's some talk about them trying to figure out a way to move him, but they don't want to be desperate about it because that's how you get the least return on your trade.
Fish Tank says, are we still allowed to say midgets? I thought that was outlawed with horse collar tackling. Yeah, you know what? I want to speak with some little people because I don't like calling them little people. I think that is more demeaning than the word midget. You're just a person. You're not a little person. You're a person. And so to say midget as a term of endearment and description, you think, I don't know. I'm a little bit confused by the PR for people of a certain height. How's that? I personally don't think there's nothing wrong with midget. Chosen One says, I think trading Kyler is perhaps more about unloading his contract versus getting picks. Yes, that is also part of it, chosen one, but you can't just you can't just walk away with nothing. You got to get something. And maybe that's why Keon was suggesting a third and not a second.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing is, whoever you'd be sending him to would also be taking on that giant contract, and of course, you'd have to also do some agreeing of who's taking what percentage of the contract and all that stuff that we saw happen with Aaron Rodgers that held up that trade for forever. You know, if the Cardinals end up holding more of the contract, then they're going to ask for higher picks. You know, if they end up offloading more of the contract, then they'll probably accept third, fourth, whatever.
Teriyaki says, please just trade Murray, get a hot dog guy, maybe a parking lot attendant, something. Yeah, I think you'd be in better shape, actually. Blissful Hayes says, Captain Brit and Midget Bra Man deserves a raise. He's been standing on the sideline watching practice and games very well. He has. He's been there. You got to give him credit for that. He's been standing there, and then he's been learning to. Yeah, a lot of Jason Garrett clapping. And Pringle says, if the Cardinals were to trade Kyler Murray, would the other team demand his step stool in the deal? I would have to think so, yes. I think that you can't separate the two. You just can't. That's unfair. It would be mean, Pringle. Hefty Lefty says, the Broncos aren't too rich in the old draft pick department, Well, then I guess there's another reason why it's not going to happen between the Cardinals and the Broncos. Random Texter says, well done, Jeffrey. Well done. He went right from commenting on the word midget to a Kyler Murray question. Bam. Damn straight. George says, I think you need to get a first-round pick for Kyler Murray. You need to get something substantial for Kyler Murray. Nothing small. I was wondering where he was going.
Yeah, I was wondering where he was going with that, too.
Mr. Wilbur says, Randy, in last night's Phillies-Braves game, when Harper or whoever it was didn't wait to see if that long fly ball was caught, is it legal for him to cut across the baseball diamond to get back to the base they should have stayed on, or you got to backtrack the same way you came?
Yeah, you got to backtrack the same way you came. If you cross second base, you got to go back through second base, back to first. You can't just cut across the field. No.
That would be awesome if you could.
No.
And it would also be awesome that if once your feet hit grass, that they could tackle you. The pitcher can be like, ah.
Well, if
a nice forearm shiver.
Yes.
If we're talking about Jeffrey's world,
yeah, that'd be awesome. Random Texter says, regardless of the deal for Kyler Murray, the Cardinals will end up on the short end of it. The Wiz says, there's only one midget athlete that I care about in this state. And his name is Corbin Carroll. Corbin Carroll, is he shorty? I didn't notice that. How tall is Corbin Carroll?
Let's see here. The Goog says 5'10".
Oh, see, okay. So Wiz, we may have a rule that you have to be of a certain height to call anybody else a midget. Yeah, I think that we may have to have a standardized thing. So if you're not more than 5'10", Wiz, you are disqualified from calling Corbin Carroll a midget. 5'10" ain't that short. What are you talking about? That ain't that short. It's not hugely athletically tall.
To be clear, Kyler Murray is listed at 5'10". He is not 5'10".
Oh, he's like 5'7".
He's not 5'10". I'm sorry.
Holy God.
I think he's 5'1".
Just don't buy that.
He might be 3'8". I'm not even sure. So yeah, but thank you, Wiz. 888-368-1580. I guess the only other thing I wanted to talk about last night was, wasn't it adorable where you had those two kickers last night on Monday Night Football, Anders and Daniel Carlson, the two brothers. One is the kicker for the Packers. One is the kicker for the Raiders. And you couldn't tell them apart unless they were wearing their uniforms, and the whole family was there. And then just is like, wow, some non-football players are getting a lot of time on Monday Night Football. These guys aren't even real football players. And
so you thought that was cute?
I'm being sarcastic. I'm being demeaning. Isn't that cute? All this attention given to stupid kickers.
Does that tell you what kind of a game it was last night?
It was not a good. Yeah, it was not a good game.
That was the main story of the game. It felt like.
Yeah.
Hey, look at these Carlson brothers. They're kickers. Ain't that great? That's kind of neat.
No, and I was glad when they missed kicks because then you got to see the constipated look on his parents' face. Okay, you know what? Maybe you should have raised some football players. You know, maybe not kickers. I mean, you took them to soccer practice for all those years, and you thought, what? They're going to kick? All right, they're probably making a lot of money. I bet those guys do make a good deal of money.
Probably doing okay.
Yeah. But I didn't think that needed to be the focus. You know, I think the focus ought to be Jordan Love. Jordan Love. You know,
Daniel Carson makes $4.5 million a year, by the way.
What's that?
Daniel Carson makes $4.5 million a year.
Good for that guy.
So he's doing all right.
Yeah. He's not a real football player.
He's still making good money.
No, yeah, making better money than most people. Yeah. So back to Jordan Love. He's not very good. Huh? He's not very good.
I'm still in a kind of wait and see thing.
You always defend him.
I haven't defended him. This is how I like to evaluate quarterbacks. I like to see them play a bunch of games first.
We're talking What's their record now?
A losing one.
Yeah. I think we know. It's 6 games. All right, 5 games. That's enough.
All right, 2 and 4 or something.
1 hour left of this thing we call the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on the projection for a wide variety of statistics, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/primetime and use code PRIMETIME. That's code PRIMETIME at prizepicks.com/primetime for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Washington State Cougars Saturday, October 28th for ASU's homecoming. Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go. Get your ASU Washington State tickets today by calling 480-727-0000.
Touchdown Devils!
Or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
The legend of Cameron Scadaboo continues to grow.
Greg Clark Automotive Specialist, located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles for 44 years. And we're offering our fall inspection on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Also, our brake service inspection, recommended every year to prevent repairs and ensure top performance. For guaranteed family touch service, contact us at 602-246-2881. Highly rated by Google. Online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention the Fanatic to get 10% off.
We all know driving hammered gets you nailed, but did you also know driving high is a DUI? I'm Officer Badalucco with the Gilbert Police Department. Anything that impairs your driving makes you dangerous on the road. If you feel different, you drive different, and driving high is illegal. Be smart with marijuana use. Get the facts at drivinghighaz.com and spread the word with #HighDUI. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever. 4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the desert mountains. A Friday doubleheader under the lights, the Xfinity Championship on Saturday, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 3rd through the 5th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
hour. All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And this whole tushy-pushy thing is, I think silly. I think silly that people are talking about banning it, trying to get rid of the tush-push. Haven't they been doing that forever, or is it just recently they started? They figured they could just push a guy by grabbing a hold of his glutes and launching him.
I thought for a while you couldn't assist a runner by pushing him in the back, or assist his forward progress. I thought once the forward progress was stopped, then he was down, and then just recently, last 3 seasons. They've reinstituted the fact that you could go ahead and push your assist your runner.
So in 2020,
forward.
they said, okay, you can push a guy?
I think so. Yeah.
Actually, 05
was it 05?
Yeah, when they got rid of the pushing. So the penalty is
they
only
got rid of it in 05.
Yeah, the penalty, they modified the rule so that it's only a penalty to pull the runner, but you could push starting then, but nobody actually did anything with it.
Well, the Eagles back last year started doing the tush
right. It's only the last couple of seasons that anybody started doing it.
They just realized, hey, this works. I mean, maybe they tried it in practice and was like, why can't we just do this? So I hope they never get rid of it. Do you guys have a problem with this?
No. It's not. It's not something that anybody could do. Clearly, the Giants tried it and that got 2 guys injured in the process. Like it takes a specific kind of offensive line to do it. It takes a particular kind of quarterback to do it. And if you want to do it, build that line, draft that quarterback.
So the Eagles have tried it 46 times and they've succeeded 91%. Bills have tried it 12 times and it worked every time. Bears have tried it 7 times and it worked every time. Steelers have tried it 6 times and it worked every time. Giants, well, they're the worst percentage at it. They tried it 6 times and only 83% of the time. But I give me some negatives here. Why would you try to ban this play? I don't understand. Why would you try to ban the tush push?
I don't have a good reason.
I don't. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm trying to think. Devil's advocate, jump on the other side of this thing, but I don't really. The thing I've heard the most is that people look at it and go, "Well, that just doesn't feel like football." Like that's the biggest.
Feel like football?
Yeah,
well,
it's like
what?
it looks like I'm watching a rugby scrum, but it's just like, but it's football. It just
football
evolved out of rugby. So why shouldn't it look sometimes like rugby? It's just weird.
Dumb. Sirianni said, well, there's clearly a talent to it that our guys have, and I get some people are complaining about it, but stop it. Stop the play.
Yeah, their offensive line is great, and the quarterback benches squats 600 pounds. That's the skill. Just if you don't want him to do it, keep him off the 1-yard line, keep him out of 4th and 1 situations. That's football. Figure out what your opponent's doing and figure out how to stop it.
I hope you don't get enough owners who just want to stop a high percentage play. You know what I mean? Because their team can't do it. Because their team hasn't been able to do it. And they're going to just go, oh, okay, well, we're against it. And then there's a vote, and that's how they decide this rule.
Well, you're
very
talking
disappointed.
What is it, 32 teams?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we have?
Yeah.
You're talking about you've got to have a majority out of 32 teams? I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't know. It may what the number is. It might be even more than just a majority. Maybe it's even a higher percentage to change a
I guess
rule.
It could be. Yeah, could be.
But whatever the case, I just wanted to see if anybody else didn't like the play or had a problem with it, wanted to get rid of it.
75% of the owners
have
to agree.
That's going to be harder
to
do.
24 of them.
Yeah,
have to agree to overturn the rules.
Yeah, I'd say that'll be harder to do.
Did you just do that math live on the air?
No, it says it right there on the Google.
You just my God.
Right. So it says 75%.
Why would you tell me that? You could have instantly garnered a bunch more respect from me by saying yes, I did.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, but I'd have called him on his crap.
Yeah, because
nobody on this show does math.
Exactly, and we all know it. And I'm not.
Just did the math live on the air, and I thought, wow.
I wish I could take credit for that, but it was.
He didn't go boop 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 boop. Like he was like figuring it out.
Yeah.
Fighting Wampa says horse collar tackle the quarterback on those little yard plays. Maybe they'll put a stop to it. Good luck with
Yeah, it's just
peeling him back.
You can't even get behind him fast enough. You literally have to be Troy Polamalu in his prime to do that.
Pringle says, sounds like the tush push is very statistically successful. So why on earth would you have to draft certain linemen and quarterback to execute it? You got to have the ability to execute.
Yeah, it's just it's specifically you have to have a quarterback, strong enough to do it, and an offensive line that can also give you enough push to get that done. And you see with the teams that Jeffrey listed that are pretty good at it, it's the Bills and Josh Allen. It's the Bears and Justin Fields. It's the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. I'm detecting a theme here. And the team that's the worst at it, that does it a lot, is the Giants and Daniel Jones, who's not exactly in that same group of guys, physically.
Well, I mean, he's a CPA. So
yeah, and
he's surprisingly fast, but he's
we're out of tax season, so so Mr. Wilbur actually has an amazing idea. I got to give him credit. I got to give him credit where credit is due. Mr. Wilbur says the team that would benefit the most from trading Kyler Murray would be the Green Bay Packers. First big snowstorm, Kyler Murray gets lost behind a snowdrift and suddenly emerges out and scores a touchdown every single time. So what he's saying is if there's enough snow in the field, Kyler Murray would disappear. You wouldn't see him, and he would just sort of run to the end zone and go out of the snow and go, touchdown. That's I think you're right, Wilbur.
That's one way of thinking about it.
Buffalo could use that kind of help. Same thing. I think maybe even more snow in Buffalo.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It's more. I mean, there's more snow on the field in Buffalo because Green Bay keeps theirs heated. So.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I just don't see why you'd ever swap Josh Allen for.
Yes, Infinity.
No.
I don't even have to say anything anymore. I just infinity'd it.
No infinity.
Yeah, but I infinity'd it first, so I win.
But I no infinity'd it second.
But it was too late because my yes infinity was already come back around, and
it's not you did it first. It's I did it last, and
right
I canceled
now
yours out.
You were when you were born those years ago. You heard me coming out of the womb going. Yes, infinity right in your ear. So it's done. It's done. It's done. Done.
The last one who infinities.
That's not true. You can't infinity
it
after
cancels,
I infinity.
Yeah, you can. And it cancels it out. And I canceled you out. So it's no.
Yes.
It seems like if you cancel them out, you're back to where you started.
Yeah, you can't cancel out the original infinity. I stand by this. You are wrong. I am right.
No.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. I'm way ahead of you now.
You're so
no.
wrong.
See, I'm way ahead.
I invalidate your existence.
I invalidate your yeses.
Wilbur says, once again, Keon squishing my idea. Well, it's Randy squishing your idea more than anybody.
No.
As for the tush push,
no, I'm just saying you'd be more useful in Buffalo.
If the Cardinals tried to tush push with Kyler Murray, they'd snap his neck. Slim Pickens Hat says maybe the Cardinals can just pick up and toss Kyler over the first down marker. We need a name for that play.
You actually can't toss a player.
It's already
pass
a name.
the quarterback.
There's already a name for that one.
I love it. Yeah,
that would count as carrying the player.
Pass the quarterback or midget toss. Wilbur says, well, we read that. Never mind. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. This is very interesting. No team has an advantage anymore. There's no such thing as home field advantage.
What do you mean?
There was a report that came out says road teams are 41-37 over the season so far, and that means really, I mean, London of course was in there too, but still, there's no real home field advantage. I mean, the crowds are not pulling their weight, or it just doesn't matter.
Or there's a bunch of those panty wastes that are trying to get rich quick and buying the season tickets and then selling them to the visiting team.
And the away games become home games.
Bunch of damn panty waste. Do you hear me, Diamondback ticket holders? Do you hear me, Cardinal ticket holders?
There's going to be a lot of Dodger blue in that stadium tomorrow.
Wastes.
I don't know about that.
You'll see.
All right. I mean, I could
It's
be wrong.
Arizona.
I just know that because it's Arizona, if you don't see the Diamondbacks, with a chance to eliminate the Dodgers very often, I can't imagine that Diamondback fans wouldn't show up for that one.
I would hope not, but they're panty wastes.
I am now getting support from the super fans of the Fourth Dimension on my infinity claim. Pickle D says you can't infinity an infinity or cancel an infinity. Randy.
Yes, I can.
You actually can cancel it.
And I did.
Mathematically.
But he didn't. And this is not
I did.
I'm not saying that Randy did. I'm just saying.
Yes, I did.
Possible.
Because if you infinity first, I go second.
You don't get to go second.
I cancel out your infinity.
I just ended it. But sir,
no.
Our lawyer, Big George, says Jeffrey is right. His first infinity cannot be undone by a subsequent infinity statement by Randy.
You know what?
There is a case law on this, Randy. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, George. You're wrong. And so is your damn case law. And I don't want to hear about no California case. It's wrong. And I canceled
California case.
And I won.
I'll take this to Supreme Court.
You go right ahead. I win.
You don't win.
I win.
No.
It's over. I won.
You don't.
Not even talking.
I'm going to go back in time and poke you in the eye. Slim Pickens hat says Kershaw's ERA was 163 the other day.
Nice.
Lord. Got to be a record, right?
Talk about infinity.
Well, if it's not a record, it was also probably previously set by Clayton Kershaw. It's just, I don't know, man. I've never seen a guy be that dominant in a regular season and then go to the postseason and just lose everything.
Look, man, if I'm Clayton Kershaw, when I win the world championship in 2020, I just retire.
Let that be the legacy.
I just go away.
Right off into the sunset.
So speaking of numbers and records, that game between the Cowboys and the 49ers Sunday night, 26.1 million viewers. That's pretty good.
And about 20 million of them went home sad because they were Cowboy fans.
Oh, I guess it wasn't that good because I guess last Sunday's Chief Jets game had 27 million.
Yeah, so, but that we were joined by many Swifties.
That's a good point.
They were pushing the Taylor Swift thing pretty hard.
I wonder if I know statistically they can sort it out with the Nielsen ratings. Do you think Swifties still watch Travis Kelce play when to the game? To see her boyfriend?
No,
I don't know.
No,
I can't imagine they do. What would be in it for them? But
no,
also
infinity.
Maybe they're just like
obsessed fans
wanting to support
crazy things.
Her boyfriend or something. I don't know.
Like these are a group of people that had to solve. I don't remember what the puzzle was, but it was just like a bunch of complicated puzzles to get an album to come out early, and then they as a group put their collective knowledge together and just shattered this puzzle. They're obsessed. So
I can't get that group to cure a disease or something.
I mean, you probably could.
Probably not. They're it's Swifties.
If you could somehow get them to be convinced that a new Taylor Swift album coming out is connected to it, they could probably figure it out.
Okay, we will release the new Taylor Swift album early if you cure cancer.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't think that's happening.
There it is.
I'm just saying.
They may have the brain power to solve a riddle. I don't think they have the brain power to solve cancer.
Well, they're obsessed. They're not dumb.
We should give them a chance.
I mean, I wouldn't sell our young people short.
Oh, I would. I've seen enough every day. I would totally sell our young people short.
Listen, there's great opportunities and future in our young people.
The apocalypse is coming.
No.
The doomsday preppers might have a point. You know how I know that? I start to get that idea every time I try to talk to somebody in a drive-thru. You notice that a lot of these kids are doing the mumbling? Have you run into that?
I just thought it was because I was going deaf.
No, I had a waiter. My wife and I are at a restaurant, and I do have a problem with some background noise. And I was just like, "Oh, I have no idea what this guy said." And my wife's like, "No, it wasn't just you. There's this thing." He says that. And then we were going through Salad to Go in Queen Creek, and I got and my wife wanted some salad, so I got talking to the speaker. What? I looked at her. I'm like, I hope you understood that. I have no idea what she said. And she's like, no, this is just the way kids are talking these days. Why? Is it because the mumble rap? and the mumble singing? Is that what's causing kids to be like, what am I supposed to do with this? It's going to get worse if I get to be like 75 and I'm trying to talk to some nurse or something. I have no idea what you just said. I'm talking clearly, and they're just in there mumbling at me. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to pretend to be deaf and make them write things down for me.
I have not had this problem.
Yeah.
Also, the guy at the Wendy's near me just yells at me. So
what?
It's almost like someone told him he was mumbling, and so then he raised his voice to an obnoxious level.
Yeah. This younger generation, they're not sensitive at all.
So, yeah.
Yes, they are.
That was sarcasm, Randy. Yeah.
Oh.
Big George says, wait, did you go to Salad to Go and actually took the salad to go? I've only been to Salad to Go and eaten at the restaurant. I don't think you can go inside at this Salad to Go. She has a drive-through thing.
Yeah, I think you can. I think some of them have like spots outside you can eat, but
so
why would you?
Loves the Salad to Go, and I am stunned when they first built that in Queen Creek, and I was driving by. Oh, I laughed. I thought, there's no way these rednecks are going to line up for salad. And then I realized, well, people come here to work from other places. That's the only thing that makes sense, because the Salad to Go in Queen Creek has usually got a pretty good line at it. It's just there's so many other things for these rednecks to eat that is not salad. That's the stuff we feed the animals we eat. But somebody help me out. Why are people in Queen Creek eating salad?
I've never been to Queen Creek. I can't. I don't know.
Don't come
just
here.
Don't.
Yeah, don't come here. I'm trying to get out. So, if anybody wants to see me, I'll meet you on the outside. I don't come to Queen Creek. Yeah, trust me. Hey, can I tell you about Bebo, our dog? He just came in. He just came in and said hello. Hello, Bebo. Bebo's getting bigger.
Oh, yeah?
But he's not getting taller. So basically, well, I am talking about you. He looks kind of like a dachshund.
Oh,
like a
boy.
Ridgeback dachshund. Like I think he's a mix.
All right.
He doesn't like it when I say that, though. That's why he's barking at me.
He doesn't like that.
He's very vocal and emotive, aren't you, Bebo?
He's not sensitive at all either.
No, he is now sitting there looking like unhappy that I mentioned that he's a shorty. I mean, he's 6 months old. I don't know if he's supposed to get taller, but he's definitely getting bigger. He's growing this way and this way, but not this way. So at least Buddy will be in charge.
Yeah, well,
he likes to lick me. I don't understand that. He doesn't. I will talk about you if I want to talk about you.
There's Cecil back here.
Cecil knows his place.
He's tall.
Yeah,
he is tall.
You wouldn't know it because he's always laying down when we see him.
Well, yeah,
but I've seen him stand up. No, he is.
Oh yeah,
he's
taller
taller
than
Bebo.
Yeah. There he is.
Bebo, we were just having a polite conversation. Do you need to lick that right now? Jesus Christ. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk about this rekindling of the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers and their rivalry. I don't know if this really reaches that level or not, but we'll talk about it when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
Washington quarterback Michael Penix Jr. is now the betting favorite to win the 2023 Heisman Trophy after 6 weeks of the season. He's at plus 220 to claim the honor. USC quarterback Caleb Williams is at plus 250. Another quarterback in the Pac-12, Oregon's Bo Nix, is plus 600. Dylan Gabriel of the Oklahoma Sooners plus 1,200 to capture the Heisman. J.J. McCarthy of Michigan plus 1,700. Also plus 1,700, Florida State quarterback Jordan Travis. Drake May of North Carolina is plus 2,000. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, Phoenix has had over 53 days of 110 degree plus this summer. This last July alone, we had 30 consecutive days of 110 plus. And this summer heat might just be the new normal for summers here in Arizona. What you need to do is call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever. 4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the desert mountains. A Friday doubleheader under the lights, the Xfinity Championship on Saturday, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 3rd through the 5th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Marijuana may be legal in Arizona, but driving impaired is not.
As a police officer here in Arizona, I know DUIs apply to more than just alcohol. Anything that impairs driving makes you dangerous on the road. If you feel different, you drive different, and driving impaired can get you a DUI.
Get the facts at drivinghighaz.com and spread the word with the hashtag HighDUI. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
It's the sound of the fight song, the excitement of the rivalry. It's the unbelievable upsets. It's the Heisman hopefuls. Oh my God, Anderson's going running all the way back. It's the national rankings. It's college football. The shooters right down the field. Tune in each Saturday for the college football game of the week. Listen for all the action, drama, and excitement on your home for college football. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
The Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and Quiet Cannon has a question for me. He says, Jeffrey, why do some Ridgeback dogs have raised hair on their back and others don't? What's the deal with that? I think it's a matter of the genetic line of a dog, kind of like, why you'll have 2 labs, right? 2 black labs, and one of them have white little sock feet, and the other one doesn't. It's just a matter of genetically, what you get, I guess, with a Ridgeback. So our Ridgeback does have that line, that hairline, but also I think he's a mix of a shorter dog, and it's hilarious. He's getting a little bit chunky. He's got a little junk in the trunk, which makes it even funnier. Anyway, let's see. Yes, Fish Tank, we are going to talk about the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys rekindling their rivalry. And he says, oh, no, you're going to get all the Niner fans yelling, bang, bang, Niner gang. And what rivalry? Let's just not do that. Okay.
I mean, it's already happened today, so.
Yeah. We got one of those. Well, here's what's maybe firing this thing back up. Used to be a rivalry because first the Cowboys were dominant, and then the 49ers came back and they were dominant, and then the Cowboys came back and they were dominant. And there was just a historic back and forth between a couple of great teams. In fact, people say that's the real Super Bowl is when the NFC would play in their final game before the Super Bowl. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really had that. I mean, this latest generation, I guess, or decades, it would be the Patriots were the dominant team. And right now, it's, for a minute, you thought, ooh, Dallas is going to be dominant. Look at this defense they've got. This is going to be a team that's going to destroy everybody. And then now we took a step back and we're like, oh my God, it's 49er team. This is the team that's going to dominate and just destroy everybody. And so we thought, well, maybe there's going to be something here. Turns out one team is legit and the other team's a bunch of fakers. And the fakers would be the Dallas Cowboys. And that is a team that just doesn't have the offensive capability that the 49ers have. And so here we are. But to try to keep the fires burning, George Kittle, I guess, had a shirt underneath of his jersey that said F Dallas. He was wearing an F Dallas t-shirt, a little, and also had the image of 49ers linebacker Gary Plummer on there, for the history of it. And so he wore that and somebody saw that. And then Micah Parsons, not somebody you want to get on their bad side, not somebody you want to poke, not a bear you need to poke. He says, George Kittle had 3 touchdowns on us. And then he posts this thing on Instagram where it said F Dallas. He says, I feel like he's making it way more personal than it needs to be. Kittle's my guy, but I'm going to say this: laugh now, cry later. We got something for that. Just trust. If we see them again, just trust. And we're going to put it just like that. I ain't going to put too much on it. He says, you want to make it personal? We can make it personal, he says.
Isn't Micah Parsons out for the season?
What? No.
Which one of those defensive guys are out for the season?
Not Micah Parsons.
I thought there was one of their defensive studs was out for the season.
I think the defensive end.
I think it was Trayvon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that might be it.
He's out for the season. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, was it Achilles?
So if you're talking now after being drubbed by the 49ers, and you,
where was what you were going to do later when they were getting your asses kicked yesterday?
Thank you.
Just to stop you from going 3-2, by the way.
Well, so Devo Samuel has entered the chat, and he said he saw what Micah Parsons says, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys want to see us again. I think it might be a little worse next time. We got something for that. Just trust." He's like, "Yeah, well, listen, it was already personal for us before the game started. Now, 42-10. I don't think you want to see us again." And he says, I don't know what you're trusting. But he's talking about we trust, what? Laugh now, cry later. I mean, I don't think you want to see us again.
See, that's what I mean.
We look at every game the same. Yeah. This game was a little different because of the history of on all that. So we can't get too hyped or let our emotions get the best of us. But you don't want to see us again.
See,
I
would agree with that.
That's the perfect response to it. Yeah.
I mean, he didn't talk any trash. He just kind of responded to a tweet that shouldn't have been sent out. I mean, bottom line.
I have no problem with Kittle wearing the F Dallas, but I'm glad that they saw that after the game, not before the game. I've always said, like bulletin board material, it can actually work, but it shouldn't have to. If your team is capable of seeing something that upsets them and going out and kicking some ass, they should have been capable of going out there and just kicking some ass in the first place. Here's your motivation. Here's your billboard material. It's your paycheck. Yeah. You're a professional ball player. You're not in college. You're not in high school. You're not in junior high. You're professional. Go out and kick that ass because it needs to be kicked. Why? It's your job. Yeah, so, okay, Micah Parsons, I guess I needed that little extra.
I think he's just trying to downplay it. I don't think look, it's something he wants for his team to not fall into, man, we got absolutely crushed. You can't go into the rest of the season with that defeated mindset. But man, they absolutely manhandled you in every phase of the game.
Right.
And at that point, it's just like Devo is the person who is absolutely correct here. Does anybody want to see San Francisco in the postseason? Like, you see them, your season's over.
And Dallas will not see anybody in the postseason, I think.
And I'm just thinking, you got beat by the Arizona Cardinals, and then you got thumped by the 49ers. And you have the audacity to go on Twitter and say something like this, Micah, Really? Let your play do the talking. After the fact of getting thumped by the 49ers, you got nothing to say, man.
I think
Just
Micah
nothing to
could have
say.
said was yeah, I saw that T-shirt George Kittle was wearing. I'll remember that. That's all you. I'll remember that next time we see him.
You could say that, but I mean, why say anything at all?
Yeah.
Like you said, Jeffrey, I mean, if this is the motivation for you to play harder and you're not, the millions of dollars you're making as an NFL professional football player doesn't motivate you enough, and the history between Dallas and San Francisco doesn't motivate you enough, and you go and get thumped in a game, what are you doing? Why are you even responding?
Yeah. Slim Pickens hat says, I was sitting in the end zone when Dwight Clark made the catch during the Cowboys 49er playoff game. Wow. That's
cool.
amazing. You were in that end zone. Holy crap. You saw it right there. He says, being a 12-year-old kid sitting amongst the 49er fans, I learned a whole new vocabulary from these gentlemen talking about the Cowboys. Bet you did. Jerry Jones is this is usually the kiss of death, but it doesn't really become that with Jerry Jones, because when Jerry Jones, here's what it is. You ever see the movie why do we always forget the name? Citizen Kane. And so Citizen Kane, in that movie, the main character, he's like a super duper rich guy, and he's got this gal who he puts all his time and effort into making her a great opera singer. Problem is, she can't sing for nothing. And so when he's standing there and she has her big debut, and everybody's just sitting there like, that was the worst thing we've ever seen. Here he is up there going, just clapping loud, like everybody must clap because I am clapping, trying to get everybody to clap. And that's Jerry Jones when it comes to Dak Prescott. It's not that Jerry Jones is stupid. It's not that Jerry Jones believes it. Jerry Jones can't be wrong. He is the GM and owner of the Cowboys. So when he realizes, we shouldn't have paid Dak. He's never going to be any better than he's ever been, and no better now than he ever will be again. And Dak is probably the problem. So he comes out and he just reiterates his complete faith in Dak Prescott.
It's a real good analogy.
Trying to get seriously, he says, I completely believe we got the quarterback that can take us where we want to go. Make no mistake about it. We got a quarterback that can get us there. No, you don't. Dak Prescott's a quarterback to get us a Super Bowl. That's the way it's going to be. He said the words. He said the Super Bowl.
Well, of course he did.
God.
A lot of people picked the Cowboys at the beginning of the season to go to the Super Bowl. And look,
I didn't.
I didn't either. But the thing is, they have a good football team, but I think that they are kind of learning this season that there's a limit to how far you can go with very good.
Do they have a good football team, or do they have a lot of talent on a football team that should be good? And then they've got a roast beef sandwich eating head coach that got rid of the offensive coordinator, and they've got a mediocre at best quarterback, and they don't have anybody that can rescue this team to help them play together. And
Jerry Jones can't be wrong. And that's why he's sitting here supporting him. And remember, next year, the salary cap on Prescott is $60 million. Oh,
my God.
Look, and so he can't be wrong, or else he looks dumb.
Right.
He doesn't want to admit he has made a mistake.
He's given the vote of confidence to the quarterback, who's been very good, but not great.
Really hasn't been very good.
Pretty good.
Over the
sort of average.
The long run. It's not like Dak Prescott is sitting there with Brock Purdy weapons. Okay. When he's played with CeeDee Lamb when his rookie season, CeeDee wasn't catching anything, the off and on. Is Ezekiel Elliott our running back or no? It turns out his legs don't work anymore. Like the Cowboys have had issues. So I would say that Dak's played really well, but he's not a $60 million quarterback. I can tell you that. And he's given him the vote of confidence. He's given Mike McCarthy the vote of confidence. Mike McCarthy has turned this football team into the team he's always wanted them to be, a run-first football team in 2023. You just can't do that anymore. I mean, unless you're Atlanta, in which case you just dedicate everything to that. That's your whole makeup. You get the kind of running back that can do that. You build everything around that. You get yourself a quarterback who can even run. You have to build everything around running if you're going to be a kind of football team that runs.
See, you want to talk about run first for the Dallas Cowboys? I had Tony Pollard fantasy football. I got 8.4 points for that. Wow. Way to go, run first. Way to go.
Yeah, and look, there are some weeks it can work against lesser opponents. It's just not going to work against the Niners, and there is no second punch for them.
If Dak Prescott is the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings, they might be winning more games than losing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because he's a guy that, mostly he can read a defense. He can try to get out of problems where Kirk Cousins just kind of throws the ball. They're always behind, throws the ball. Dak is a guy that can, I think, manage it on offense like the Minnesota Vikings. But with the Dallas Cowboys, no, you can't. He can't. They need somebody more exciting. They need somebody more dynamic in there. I mean, if you had maybe a CJ Stroud with the Dallas offense, I mean, now we're talking maybe a guy that can lead this team to the playoff. Well, Dak Prescott is not the guy for this team.
I hear what you're saying, Randy, but the problem with the Cowboys is that they'll never be, and Jerry won't let it happen. They'll never be bad enough to get that guy.
I agree with you.
So they'll go to the playoffs, or they'll finish second in the NFC East, which will be good for a 17th or 20th pick. You won't draft the quarterback you're looking for, and here you are again.
More importantly, Jerry Jones can't be wrong. That's why Jason Garrett kept a job for way longer than he should have. That's why Mike McCarthy is going to be there way longer than he should be, and that's why Dak Prescott, he might even get another contract. Jerry Jones doubles, triples, quadruples down because Jerry Jones can't be wrong.
Most of the problems the Chargers have are on defense, but you can't say that Kellen Moore hasn't made them a more aggressive and explosive offense by going there. And I actually think that hurts the Cowboys a lot, losing Kellen Moore. It's a ridiculous thing that Mike McCarthy decided that was the fault, as opposed to, all of the deficiencies that we see that they have.
Boomer Sooner says, Jeffco, I was going to buy 2 tickets for Diamondbacks tomorrow. Prices started at $91 nosebleed. Today, prices are up to $195 on the same seats. Well, welcome to the playoffs, Boomer Sooner. That is the way of things. You want them tickets, you got to get them early. Sorry, man. Fish Tank says, for the next 5 years, who are you taking? Kyler Murray or Dak Prescott?
Oh, God.
Well, both won't get you to the Super Bowl. And Dak Prescott, I think, is more consistent just because he plays more than Kyler Murray. Next 5 years, neither. Is there another choice?
No, those are the two. I'm Kyler because he's younger. I don't like with Dak
Prescott because he's taller.
I mean, if you put Dak on the right team, if Dak were on a team as loaded as the Niners, I hate to say, Dak would be fine probably.
I don't know,
but he's not. I mean,
I don't know if he would be good on the Niners because Dak sometimes makes the wrong choice when he throws a football. It's like he doesn't see the defender standing there. He tries to push the football into a window that's already closed.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't realize those guys can move. A couple things real fast before we go to break. First one, I got to deal with another classic Blissful Hayes stupid text. He says, I see Booker, Durant, and Beal are already taking tonight's game off. So much for the new NBA policy saying teams can't load manage players. Blissful Hayes is preseason.
Preseason.
It's not the real season yet.
Yeah,
so
preseason.
Have another smoke on me. The other thing is this just broke. Mary Lou Retton evidently is in the hospital fighting for her life. She's got a rare form of pneumonia, and she's not able to breathe on her own. And her daughter was telling everybody, this is pretty bad. And she started a GoFundMe to get some medical expenses for little Mary Lou Retton. It's hard to believe. America's little sweetheart is fighting for her life right now in a Texas hospital.
Wow.
The other thing is the Astros They won that game earlier. So now they Rangers are playing. Oh my gosh, Rangers are up 1-0 over the Orioles, and in the bottom of the second, bases are loaded. So something interesting is happening right there. All right, we're going to take a break, and we will be back with your On This Date in Big George's sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
At A2 Luxury Real Estate, we don't believe in a buyer's list, and that's good for you. Why? Because our priority is you, the seller, and we will never represent a buyer in your sale. Call now and get up to $10,000 off on your next real estate transaction. A2 Luxury Real Estate, 602-888-1433 or a2luxre.com, 602-888-1433 or a2luxre.com. Realty One Group.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
It is the Daily Blender on this Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, October 10th. As we're heading for 6 o'clock tonight, my name is Randy White. Right over there, the sexiest man at Sports Talk Radio, that's Keon Rose. And coming up here on the show, I have no idea. Jeffrey had to step out unexpectedly. So I'll tell you what we'll do right now. We will do. I'm trying to find it here. We'll do On This Date in Big George's sports history, and we will move on as I am trying to open Windows. Bear with me, fans. This is unexpected, and quite frankly, we'll land this airplane and we'll do the best we can. Let's see. Blissful Hayes wants to say, tell that to the fans who pay good money to watch them play. It's still a preseason game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you understand that the reason preseason tickets are usually cheaper than regular season tickets, and this is part of the reason why. You're not guaranteed your stars playing.
When you go to like another preseason game, Blissful Hayes, maybe for your favorite baseball or hockey or football team, do you see the starters all the time? Because I don't.
And one of the best preseason games I ever went to, I used to live in San Antonio, and when I was in high school, and they didn't play the starters, and instead one of the guys that was out there on the floor was this dude named Kawhi Leonard, who we had never seen before. I mean, it's just it's pretty cool sometimes that you get to see the younger players that are out there, but that's what preseason is for. Play your starters in the preseason because these games do not matter.
This in from CBS Sports. Anthony Richardson, of course, injured last week. Is going to be out multiple weeks. So the Colts have added Kellen Mond to their practice squad.
You know that they hope he never sees the field.
After trying out several quarterbacks, according to a report. Anthony Richardson out indefinitely. The Colts are forced to make some changes into their quarterback room. According to NFL media, the Colts are signing quarterback Kellen Mond to their practice squad pending a physical.
I like Kellen Mond. Seems like a really good dude, but he has not had the success in the NFL.
Yeah, the great American hero. I mean, does he need help?
Well, I'm just saying, you hope that he doesn't need help, and you hope that he stays healthy, because you don't actually want to enter the scenario where Kellen Mond is out there playing football games for you.
You know, Gardner damn Minshew. That's all you got to say. You just walk in. That's what should be piped through the loudspeakers at the stadium. Just some sort of American music, and then, you know, some sort of like heroic, bah, 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 you know, starting today's game is Gardner Minshew. I'm thinking the other team would just leave the field. They just walk off.
Just don't even bother. Well, you do need a backup just in case something happens to Gardner. You know.
So who's the backup to Gardner Minshew with Richardson out? Who's the backup? And by the way, it's now 6-0 Rangers over Baltimore. And I feel bad. I feel like Baltimore maybe they got too nervous in their starting game. You know, their first playoff series in I don't know how many years.
Well, I guess they still have Sam Ellinger. So
that who is going to back up Gardner Minshew?
Sure looks like it.
Huh.
I don't.
By the way, I'm sorry, Keon. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't think the Colts thought it was going to come to this.
By the way, Devon Chan likely out multiple weeks with a knee injury, according to reports. Likely out multiple weeks. So if you have him on your fantasy team, sorry.
I don't know. Make a mad dash for Jeff Wilson if you don't already have him.
I looked for I looked for running backs today, and
running back market pretty thin.
Yeah. At least in my league, and I don't know about yours.
Well, that's the thing, is the Premier League's got 2 more teams in the other leagues. So yeah, gets a little rough once you get to that point in the running back rotation.
All right, 888-368-1580. Blissful Hayes, how long's James Conner going to be out? Well, he's going to be out multiple weeks. He is going to be out. The Pro Bowl running back for the Arizona Cardinals will be out a few weeks. So what are we going to do? Well, I mean, I don't want to say we're going to be like deep at that position for the Cardinals, but I don't think that's going to hurt us. I mean, his leadership, his fire, his passion, that's going to hurt us as we play the Sheepherd this weekend. We're still going to kick their ass. 888-368-1580. All right, let's do it. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and I guess it's time for On This Date in Big Georgia sports history. On this date in Big Georgia sports history, back in 1920, the Cardinals, then the Chicago Cardinals, play the first NFL game to a 0-0 tie. 1920, the Cardinals played to a 0-0 tie in the first NFL game.
Doesn't sound exciting to me.
I mean, if you're a guy that, what's this NFL all about? Like XFL and the AFL and all that business that's going on now. I wonder what this is all about. And
this professional football, what is this?
The first game in 1920, they played it was 0-0 tie. You're like, I could go ahead and make some moonshine and try to smuggle that in during Prohibition and have more fun than watching this NFL thing they're talking about.
That's awful.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could come up with ways to smuggle moonshine into New York City during the Prohibition rather than watch the NFL play. And what is this team? The Cardinals? What are they doing? Choosing the logo, the Cardinals. Couldn't they come up with something more devastating? Like the tornadoes or the hurricanes or the Godzillas or I don't know.
It's just, if there's going to be a tie, can you at least put points on the board? Did you really have those people sit out there and watch nothing happen for 60 minutes?
Can't kick a field goal. You
just nothing.
Wow. 888-368-1580. Tehuas says, how much are the Chargers beating the Cowboys by on Monday? Keon?
Well, I don't know. Because I don't think that the Cowboys are like this bad team. I think that they were a okay team that was made to look horrible by a team that's really great. So I can't tell you, and I don't think that the Chargers defense has lived up to expectations. I wouldn't pick the Cowboys to win in this game, but I don't think that they're going to get leveled. Personally,
so you don't. All right, so the Cowboys are 10-1 following a loss, and they're playing the Chargers this week. I expect the Cowboys to come out and dominate against the Chargers. I mean, that's just those are stats. I'm not doing this on my own. I'm looking at the stats. The Cowboys are 10-1 coming off a loss in their next game.
I get that. I don't know yet, honestly. Like, it's Tuesday. I haven't made any of my picks at all or anything. I'm still thinking things over, but as of right now, I like where the Chargers are offensively. I do have to keep in mind that Justin Herbert's, left hand is sporting a finger that's not functioning, so that's going to obviously play some part in this.
I like what finger it is, because then he can flip people off, and it's
and he has no choice.
Yeah,
it was like nice,
and they don't know if he's flipping them off or not.
It's just being held up by a splint.
Hey, you. No, my finger's broke. See, look, it's in a splint. But it's the Chargers, and so Kellen Moore he's the offensive coordinator for the Chargers.
So you have to think they're familiar with them, and
I think the Chargers are going to have something to play for. I think the offense is going to be they're going to try to beat these Dallas Cowboys for what it's worth. They're going to be looking at a lot of game tape against the 49ers. What did the 49ers do to the Cowboys that the Los Angeles, Orange County, San Diego Chargers could do? And then Kellen Moore, Kellen Moore wants this game. He wants to beat old roast beef McCarthy.
Yeah. He was the fall guy for them last season, which was completely unfair.
Blissful Hayes says those black helmets and black uniforms the Cardinals wore kicked ass, easily the coolest in the league. Yeah, the Cardinals are 0-2 wearing the black uniforms.
Yeah.
0-2.
I too can relate to wearing black uniforms and getting your ass kicked. They're
0. I don't think those uniforms are good at all.
I mean, they look
as
good.
As a matter of fact, I have a big bonfire there at the training facility in Tempe and burn the hell out of the black uniforms. Just burn them to death.
They can't switch it out for another 5 years.
There's a fire at the Tempe Cardinals training facility. We see it's contained. It looks like there's a pile of black uniforms that are on fire. And I'm okay with that. 888-368-1580. Random texter wants to know what happened to Jeffrey. Jeffrey had to step away. Jeffrey, some of you guys don't know this. He's actually a superhero. He's got a cape. He's got a whole uniform. And sometimes the call to answer the call comes in, and Jeffrey has to, he's got to go ahead and attend to more, perilous situations that are going on. That's why he's not here. Pickle D. That's why the Bulldogs don't do blackout games anymore. Yeah, see what I'm talking about?
you just got to know what works for you.
Cardinals are 0-2 in their black uniforms. Burn them to the ground. And, just a little story here. On the text line, Big George says, thanks for reading on this date in Big George's sports history. I didn't know what it was because Jeffrey had it. And then Big George texted it in. And apparently it was the same damn story I told about the 1920.
How about that?
Chicago Cardinals. So, the fourth dimension and myself, we were on the same, no blissful haze. Jeffrey did not have to take a putrid asparagus dump. No, he's superhero, and he had to don his equipment, and he had to go fight some crime. T. Hua says the Kellen Moore Bowl. No, I think Kellen Moore and the Chargers win. However, the Cowboys, I just will throw that out there, are 10-1 following a loss. I'm just going to throw that out there for you. All right, this has been the Daily Blender for the sexiest man at Sports Talk Radio, Keon Rose. This is Randy White in for Jeffrey O'Brien. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Bye.
It's time for the fall haul at Northern Tool and Equipment. Get your hands on tough tools at prices that are tough to ignore. Got plans?